Hi, and welcome to Thursday with a Friend. My name is Lawrence, and today I don't have a special guest. I'm going to have multiple special guests, and these are all people who accompanied me to JoeFest 2025. And yes, they all came to see me. I don't know if you know, this is kind of like a big deal for one specific YouTuber. They're all there to see me. Like I said, Ed says it all the time. I'm kind of a big deal. So, my special guest. Let's just start off with one of my roommates, Ed himself. Thank you
What's
for
up?
joining us. How are you
Thanks
doing
for
so
having us.
far after this the past
I'm
couple of days?
still recovering, man. Trying to figure out my sleep schedule again. Staying up till 3 o'clock every morning, and
I gave up on the sleep schedule. I figure it doesn't even matter, to be 100% honest.
oh yeah,
I don't sleep that much anyway, so what's it matter?
yeah. I ended up canceling the show Tuesday because I could barely talk just from talking and laughing so much all weekend. Friggin', I was just done. I was like, screw it. Figure
All
it
right,
out.
my next guest, I'm wearing his shirt. He popped on. He said he has not even unpacked yet because he's had the longest flight, I believe, of anyone, and that is Mr. Ronnie Trickshot. Thank you for joining us.
That's fine. I'm crook as a dog, and I need some sleep. And like I said, I've got a bag full of dirty washing that I need to go through. But I'm here. I'm still standing. I made it home.
Well, I'm glad you made it home. I'm glad you made it there.
Thank you.
Just so you guys know, this is not what he normally sounds like. You did get got a little sick traveling from Dallas to from Augusta to Dallas,
Yeah.
and then back to Australia. So I'm glad you did join us. I don't see your partner here yet. I'm not sure if he's going to. So
He's soft. He's probably he's sick as well, and he's probably asleep. And he's
probably.
Soft. Did I say that he's soft? He's soft. Yeah, he's soft.
The next guest. He wears the same shirts every time you see him. Although he started off with a dress shirt and he said it took him forever to find it. And his wife confirmed he will not wear a round collared shirt. He has to have his V-neck. So, Sharlock, how are you doing?
What's up, guys? What a wonderful introduction, Punk.
It could have been worse.
How was your drive home?
It was interesting. We got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from Lexington, and my mother-in-law told me that she was taking my oldest son to the emergency room.
Oh shit.
He was shaking real bad, had a fever. Yeah, he went in there, and yeah, it was. Is
he good?
Yeah, he's good now. Yeah,
okay.
They gave him some antibiotics in some kind of infection. Gave him some antibiotics. They didn't keep him overnight. They discharged him, but we ended up another night in Lexington. So.
All right.
Yeah.
And the next guest. This is a guy that feels that Bret Hart is better than Shawn Michaels, and we know that's not true. He's the Canadian from up north. He's like 1/5 of Delta 17, and that is Mr. Ken from Toy Connections. How are you doing?
You know, it's really cool being part of the Punk entourage when you go to JoeFest, because he shows up, he goes, I am the showstopper, I am the game, I am the icon, and I just go, hey, my name's Marty Jannetty, I'm pretty cool too. And they all, like, you should just see, the perks you get and everything like that. You just say, I'm with Punk.
Okay, so I never told you this, but I was actually going to do a fake super kick to you last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went downstairs and I kind of messed around and I realized that my leg does not go up that far anymore.
I think I was just taller than you thought I'd be.
I did karate as a kid, so I knew how to do this is a shuffle side kick. And last year I was gonna do it and mess around with you, and then I realized that my foot doesn't go up that far anymore.
I'm glad you didn't try it because I'm not going down to the bar to ask the bartender for ice for your balls.
Look, I legit practiced a sharpshooter before we met last year, and then I was like, nah. If I do this and I don't get back across the border, it won't be worth it. I'll save it for 2025. And then I chickened out.
Well, like I said, I didn't even try anymore. I was like, you know what? It's not happening. All right. Our next guest, as I can see, he's eating. He's quickly trying. This guy knows way more about what's happening at Hasbro and the G.I. Joe team than anyone realizes. That is.
How's it going, guys?
Darren.
What's up, Darren?
Hey.
Hold on 1 second.
Boy,
How
I
was
had
your
about
trip?
the shortest drive.
You what?
I said I had about the shortest drive of everyone. It only took me about 2 hours to get home.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Can you guys hear me? I can see that I don't have a great signal, so
We can hear you fine.
Yeah.
okay.
I can hear you.
So if you guys don't know Darren, Airborne Customs, this guy, is it okay to say I'm kind of you've helped the classified team,
Yeah,
but just
yeah,
specs with like different military grade stuff like that.
yeah. I've provided spec sheets for a couple of different figures, for different types of MOSs, what types of gear and stuff they've used. Yeah.
So
I don't think we got to meet at JoeFest, man.
You met me, Ken.
Oh no, wait, no, hold on. Let's see that hat. I definitely, yeah, you were wearing that exact hat, weren't you?
Yep. I
Okay.
was the one missing my Delta A figure.
Yes, that's right. What am I talking about? You messaged me to come down, right? That's what I get from sitting far from the screen. I'm like, the name looks like Darlene from back here. I'm like, no, but that's Darren. That's Darren who messaged me.
Are you in a hotel room or
Me?
kid's bedroom?
Yeah, I'm in somebody else's bedroom right now, so I'm sitting like way back from the camera, right? And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the screen, and it doesn't say Darren until I go up here. I'm like, oh no, I know that guy. Never mind.
All right.
All right.
Our next guest also has that same name, Darren. He was really worried that we weren't going to have a Club Tarkin, but we surprised him and made sure that we did. 3-star draw. How are you doing? I guess he's
there.
great.
Unmuted now. What's up? How's it going, everybody? How you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's hot. It was 94 here today. It's hot.
I think it was about 89 here. It was
Pushing 100
muggy.
here.
Yeah, it was muggy and just miserable. So, how was your drive home?
Since we got back.
Not too bad. We did get caught in some traffic around Atlanta as usual. We got caught in it in Atlanta going down. We got caught in it before Atlanta, which was weird. We went straight through Atlanta. On the way back, we kind of got stuck around there for a little bit. It wasn't too bad, but it added some time both ways. We got back here about 6:30 or 6:40 our time on Monday. So we going back up, we gain an hour for what we're used to going back into Central.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Chattanooga. I see wreck ship put down there. Traffic is always ass in Chattanooga.
All right. Our next guest, who would have been earlier, but he decided to remove himself, and then he came back in, so he got pushed down the totem pole. The guy with the best, the best guns in the community, GI bro. And when we say this guy eats clean, this guy eats clean, right? Like you didn't spoil yourself at all, did you?
I had a burger at one point. Over the weekend,
he had a burger. I also had one and a chicken sandwich. And
Rich, is that the burger you waited like 35 minutes for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rich is also taking up his second job as a barista making iced coffees, right, Rich?
Yeah. Yeah.
That service was much better this year. They streamlined it big time this year.
Why don't you tell everyone about the ice? Tell them about the iced coffee real quick, and we got one more person to bring on that I see.
Oh, the ice. Oh, yeah. Well, I decided not to pay for it.
Well, you
have to make your own, so why pay for it, right?
No. I ordered 2 while everybody was eating dinner, and then Pot told me, hey, he wanted to go have a smoke, so I went with him, took off, and then the bill came, and then Ed took care of me. So I felt
but you asked
for the redhead waitress, and I wanted to apologize.
It's all good,
but
brother.
You asked for an iced coffee.
For lunch, so.
You asked for an iced coffee, and they said they didn't have it. And you're like, "Do you have coffee? Do you have ice? Do you have iced coffee?"
I remember that conversation.
Yep.
And then, I went Rich. Didn't need that guy. And then the last guest that we have here, believe it or not, this guy is not racist, unlike what people do think, or at least, and that is War Chest Full of Toys.
That's hilarious. That's a good one. What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
How was your ride back? Because I know you had a much longer ride than you had wanted.
I blasted out right after the drawing, and I got home around 4:00 in the morning.
What, 4:00 when?
4:00 in the morning.
Oh God!
Oh, you left right after the phalanx drawing?
Yeah, and I just blasted home straight shot.
That was you who had us sign the omnibus, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. I was several drinks deep, and I'm like, do not forget this interaction, right? So because when you forget and someone has to introduce himself to you next year and you forget who he is, but I'm just like, no, say it 3 times. War Chest Full of Toys. War Chest Full of Toys. You get it right, and it's not next year. Hi, I'm Ken. Yeah, we met 3 times, asshole. You know.
And
just
call him asshole, War Chest.
You know. Just ask Darren. We met like 3 days ago, and I misread his name on screen. So you know.
Yeah.
So Scott's going to be at DFW with the omnibus. So if you see him there, he wants everyone to sign it. So,
for sure.
Go there, find him. I guess he doesn't want everyone to sign it. He only wants the cool people. So I guess he'll decide. But if he asks you to sign his omnibus, he's actually serious. He's like, it's only $150. I don't care.
That's what I said. I said, I said, look, I brought this to have people sign. You're buying a fucking $150 25.
I got a picture.
Well, I look at it like this. It's my first year meeting most of you. So it's something I'm never going to get rid of, for one. And we all love G.I. Joe. And you guys are all part of that. So why not?
Yeah, no, I think it's actually really cool. And if you have the money to do something like that, I mean, it's no different than my ex and I spending $50 on our kids' yearbook, and they have kids are signing it, right?
Yep.
So, all right, let's say hi to everyone.
Your kid will forget in the year.
We got
War Chest will remember. So
possibly. Yeah. Tony will not, but War Chest might. All right, we got Johnny Reno, Stanley Eberhardt. We got Matthew Matson, Machine Man. We have the real Richard Sampson, Plastic Fantastic, who was there. We got Sharlock, who's pulling double duty, except I didn't highlight him. Turk Murphy, Toy Astro. We have Menhoza, Big M. Menhoza. I do not dislike you, just so you know. I do not dislike you. I would not waste time calling you Menhoza if I didn't like you, just for the fact.
That's how you bond with people,
all right? Yes, I'm addicted to you. We got Steve Martin, who I gotta say, this guy comes in out of nowhere. He's probably about as funny as the real Steve Martin, maybe even more. U.S. Combat Dojo. Did I say Big M? Well, if I did, I'm saying it again. We have Lightfoot, Rad Toys Galaxy, who I got to not only meet at JoeFest, but he came up here on his way back to Canada. We went to Sergeant Red's yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Had lunch with him and another guy. So that was a lot of fun. Wreckship 85, who I also got to meet. Let's see here. Who else? SCS Dog. I don't believe I met you. Or did I? I don't know. We have Clint Jorgensen, who I did meet. And when he introduced himself as Clint Jorgensen in front of his wife, I corrected him and said, no, it's Clint Jorgensen. And then she's like, oh, you're Punk with Toys. We have Crestio Crow right here. We have another guy who's about to say, damn, I didn't change my name. And that's the Toylete Network, are also Action Figs. David R. Let's see here. Terrence Next Toys, who we did see you there once again. So I met you I think I met you 3 times now. I think you were at was he at PowerCon, Ed?
Yep. PowerCon, last JoeFest,
All
and
right.
this JoeFest.
Darren, 3-star, who's pulling multiple duty again. Drinking some iced coffee now. We have Wilhelm, who we got to meet once again.
Hey, Wilhelm.
And this year, I was not surprised that he wasn't short and fat. But we got to meet his son, who I think I got a picture of him somewhere in here. Little Willie. Who has the,
cool. His son was
deep
cool.
Willie voice.
Yes.
Beardy McBeardison. We have Debo DNA, who also I got some pictures with him, and obviously Plastic Fantastic. We got Saldano. Oh, Menhoza. I guess you're saying I said sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know what I ever did to make you think I don't like you. I haven't at all with you. Just so you know that. Again, I think, or at least Ed can definitely tell you, I wouldn't fuck around with you if I really didn't like you. So anyway.
I didn't think you liked me 2 years ago, and everyone was like, no, Ken, it's because he likes you that he's messing with you and making every wrestling reference under the moon before he even knows what the hell your last name is. So, yeah.
I'm still deciding if I like you or not, Ken. So
yeah, well, hurry up though. It's been a couple of years, right? You know, this whole it's not you, it's me thing that you've been pulling for the last 2 years. You know, I don't know.
Well,
All
it's
right.
the same reason he's been single for so long, Ken. It takes a long time for him to, pull the trigger on like.
All right, I'll move on to somebody else. You know.
All right, so all but 2 of you guys I met last year at JoeFest. War Chest, were you? Did you go to you've been to another JoeFest before, correct?
Yeah, the one before last year.
Oh,
So
23.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I quickly want to start with Ronnie. You guys, you and Adam. I really wish Adam could be here, but if he's not feeling well and that trip is long, let's be honest, he's probably doing that stupid fucking firefighter right now as we speak, rather than jumping on here. You made a trick across the world. I mean, literally across the world. What was your feeling on it? I mean, is it something you would do again? I mean, I want to hear what you had to say.
Yes, I'd absolutely do it again, and I'd do a few things different to make my experience better. As for the show itself,
like not go see Matthew.
No, he was good. He was good. He was good. He took us to Buc-ee's. That was great. But in terms of just getting over there and being in the right sort of mindset to, I suppose, hang around with all of you guys, that's probably the big thing about the show. You know, I tell all my friends, you get to go to America, or you get to go and see all the G.I. Joes. At the end of the day, after all is said and done, at the end of the trip, the best thing about it was spending time with everyone that I've spoken to online. So it was amazing.
And now, would you still keep it a secret? I mean, you guys kept it a pretty good secret for the most part. Would you? Yeah. I mean, would you keep it a secret again? I mean, or would you want people to know, like, hey, we're gonna go there? So if you're kind of on the fence, maybe this might be your only chance we get to meet.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't keep it a secret again. No, just because a lot of my friends felt like they would have brought something for me, or made time or made plans with me if they knew I was coming. So I think it was good for a first time run to keep it a secret and surprise everyone. But for the next one,
I definitely would have had some hand grenades printed up to give to you guys.
So is it going to be an annual thing now for you and Adam? Do you think, or is it?
Just based on the expense of it, it can't be an annual thing.
Damn.
Yeah, so biannual maybe, but yeah, it's really been 2 years in the planning for us. We're not the richest people in the world, so it's taken a fair bit of time to save our shekels and make the arrangements. So it definitely can't be an annual thing, but
worth every moment when you get there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fucking Phil
You got to beat Punk, and Punk's kind of a big deal. So
absolutely.
So we have how do you say this name again, Ed?
It's TD3 Trooper Troy Dodson. What's up, Troy?
Trooper Troy Dodson. Well, I can't just go by Troy Dodson. It'd be so much easier for me.
He used to, but he's a Star Wars fan. He's a Clone Trooper fan.
I told you and Adam this before you left. you guys, and I think this is awesome. You guys came in early. You were in. Did you spend time in Dallas or were you in Atlanta first?
Dallas.
Where'd you go to a game at?
Yeah. So I flew from Adelaide to Melbourne. I picked up Adelaide, Melbourne. From Melbourne, we flew through Fiji. We had a couple of hours layover in Fiji, but then the big layover was in Dallas. We were there for about 36 hours. Went to a Rangers game, and now I'm a Rangers fan for life. Globe Life Stadium, unbelievable. It was the real American experience, I suppose, going to the baseball in the middle of summer with a massive.
Well, you could have just stayed in Dallas for another GI Joe show.
Yeah, possibly. But all the good blokes are at JoeFest. Let's be honest. And yeah, we had another day in Dallas on the way back as a layover. So Matthew Matson, as you said before, was able to pick us up and take us to a few places, which I suppose really enriched our experience. It wasn't just a JoeFest thing. For me, it was my first trip to America. So I got to experience real America, I suppose, especially Texas. Just blew my mind. Everything is massive in Texas. When you're from a little old town in Australia like I am, it was just so eye-opening, man. So can definitely do it again, maybe in a couple of years.
And see, I think that's awesome that you guys, rather than like, hey, we got a 36-hour flight or 36-hour layover in Dallas, we're just gonna sit in a hotel room. You're like, hey, let's go, let's see what we can do. You went to a Rangers, a Rangers game. I know a lot of you guys might know that's baseball. All right, I know people don't know sports ball here, but you did that, and then on the way back, you had another layover, and I don't know if you had already reached out or what, or because we said you should contact Matthew. I mean, he's right there. He always gets mad. I mean, he hounded on Moody. Like, dude, you've been here for 3 weeks, I think, doing something, and you never once contacted me. I could have came and picked you up. So, I think it was awesome because I haven't got to meet him. So, and you guys FaceTime me or I forget what we did from Buc-ee's, which that's close to I've been to Buc-ee's. So,
yeah.
So, Ronnie, we're sorry that you got to hang out with Matthew. We're sorry.
So Don was saying my mission is to go next year to JoeFest. I had the plans this year, but some things came up, and those plans were postponed. Lots of great things were shown. You know what? It's an expensive trip. It is, but I think most of us can speak for everyone when we say you don't have to spend a lot of. It costs a lot of money, obviously, to get there.
You're not supposed to say that anymore.
A lot of money. What?
That it doesn't cost a lot of money because. You told me tell you not to say that anymore on the first day.
I didn't buy that much, to be honest.
No, not much.
No, when you're an influencer,
I bought a lot for other people.
But when you're an influencer at your level, people just give you stuff to review. So don't worry about it, right? You just go there. I'm a punk with toys. Gimme, and we go, yes, sir. Right? Give a good review.
Well, you know what? That's how it works, right? And I know there's a lot of people that say like, no one goes to these conventions to see YouTubers. There's no reason to announce them. But I can say there were a lot of people that did want to come up to me, and I know there were a lot of people that want to go up to Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, again, I know the whole I'm kind of a big deal. And it became a running joke, but
yeah, do you know who
people? I don't think I said that at all. I did say I am kind of a big deal more than once.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm kind of a big deal. That's going to be your next year's JoeFest T-shirt.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, Ken, let me ask you, since you were the only one with a booth there that I have on here right now, with an actual company, not like a YouTuber booth, what was your experience this year compared to last year? Or in years past, shall I say?
I don't know what it was, but, like, I was just running from place to place from the time we showed up until we left. And all of a sudden, the show was over. Because... the way the booth worked this year, we had to control inventory better because we had Wave 1 stuff plus the new stuff. So
I'm sorry. I can see Eric Thurman. High-fiving all the YouTubers fanboy style.
And we would be high-fiving you back, Eric.
There we go.
I hug. I'm a hugger, so I'd be hugging you.
I believe I believe Oz is the only one. Oz and Mega J are the only people that ordered out to have Taco Bell because they were like, I want to have the shits here in Augusta also, not just when I'm at home.
That's horrible.
But true. Anyway, Ken, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, nothing. It was just people said to me, like, Ken, you look really serious, or I didn't want to bug you because you look so focused. I'm like, just walk up and bug me. I'm probably just counting something for a wholesale deal or something like that. So,
how many times have I said that where, don't, like, if you see us, come up to us and talk to us, okay? Because that's what we're there for. And okay, we're not there to be seen with, be like, oh, you guys want to see me? We're there to meet people, right? And you have to understand, like, we fully understand so many people, they invest their time in watching us or buying your product.
Yeah.
The whole goal is really to meet people. I could buy any of that shit online.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And save myself a lot of money in driving, sleep in driving. I would have some jokes, right? There's some jokes that we wouldn't get. Jokes that will not ever be said live.
Yeah. Honestly, I did feel bad because I got several messages of, oh, you look like you were in a rush from there to there. I didn't want to stop you and say hello. I'm just like, but when are you going to get another chance to come say hello? You know what I mean? So just do it. Just do it. Like, oh, but you look really focused. What am I going to do? Get mad? I'm Canadian. Right? It's not in our DNA.
You just grab Ken and you put his hand on your boob and he just smiles. That's what I did.
That can work too, but that's that secret's not out of the bag yet until Ed's already said it. So, yeah. Just how it is.
So let's go to War Chest. I'm not racist. War Chest. So what was your?
And he changed his underneath. Buckwheats for everyone.
What was so I don't like. When you went to JoeFest before, were you going there to meet people, or were you just going there for JoeFest?
I was actually in an opportunity to go. Like, it was like a 2-hour drive from what I was doing.
Okay.
And so I just blasted up and went, and I didn't know anybody, and I didn't really watch the Toy Tuber thing or any of that stuff.
So you were just going there for like a toy convention?
Yeah. I actually spent quite a bit of cash the first show I was there, and I was really surprised. I didn't think there would be that many vendors there setting up to sell.
So then I would call this like your first year of going there, knowing people.
Absolutely.
What would you say your experience was like? How do you enjoy it?
Well, I had a great time, man. I blasted down, and I met some friends in Nashville, and then I also stopped and hung out with Pop at his place, at his bar and restaurant, and loaded out and kind of caravanned up with him and Darren the next day. And once we got, it was kind of odd. Like, I'm not a YouTube guy at all, but like the minute I walked in, Ronnie and Shark Eyes immediately started yelling at me right when I walked down the corridor, and I was just like, and a lot of people knew who I was. I thought it was really weird. but past that, it was just.
Well, we know the name for sure, right? Because it's such a distinct name.
Yeah.
It
was just really cool, like running into everybody and everybody just immediately getting along, like, oh, let's all go hang out. It's kind of felt like you knew everybody, like you're supposed to be there.
So as for the omnibus, kind of tell everyone again, because not everyone was here. When did this idea come up, or did it just be on the like, hey, you know what, I want to buy this book? And
I had told Pop earlier that I was going to get like one of the big prints and then kind of have everybody sign it this year, and then I'd frame that and put it in my toy room, and then I'd just do a different print every year. And then I was up and the omnibus was there, and they were doing the DVDs, which I already have another omnibus, but I was like, I'll just buy another one to have everybody sign this one like a yearbook, and I just snatched it.
Okay. And I thought it was a great idea. It was super cool. The omnibus is there so you can look at it. But the thing is what? It's big.
Yeah, Pop wasn't joking. Like, I watched Pop pack his around, and that thing had to, he's a little dude. Like, you don't realize how big or small most everybody is on YouTube until you meet him. And like, I was like kind of like watching him pack that thing around. For me to pack it around wasn't that big of a deal. It's still heavy, But whenever I bought an omnibus, I asked the guys in the booth, I was like, hey, can I just leave that here and pick it up later? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I just left it there. And they were all on the panel anyway. And then when they got back from the panel, I had everybody sign it. So I had Sarge and everybody else signed it on the black sheet with a silver marker in the front. And then I had everyone else sign it in the book on the front pages where all the pictures were, the kids. And everybody signed it in those areas. And then I'll have Dallas Fort Worth in the back section where all the other pictures are at. And then, Sarge was badass. Like, whenever he did my signature, like, I went up and got signature and I paid for one. And he went through that whole book and signed everywhere. Like, he had a toy or anywhere where it showed his mail away toy. And then he signed the black page.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was really
That
cool.
is amazing.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Sounds like
And he even knew which
got a big
pages he was
head.
on. Like, he already knew where he was supposed to sign. I guess he probably signed it too.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Probably found a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Sarge is
And
awesome.
then I have the Marvel comic books collection, and I'll take the volumes of that probably with me to DFW because Larry's getting older, and I kind of want to have him sign that now. And then next year, I'll probably bring those with me and have all the guys sign those. And use that for next year's yearbook.
Larry was so generous with his time.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, super.
So let's go to, I'm going to go to Sharlock. And Sharlock, to come this year, it was his wife's birthday. So he brought her. What was that experience like? Are you guys in the process of getting divorced or what?
We all sang happy birthday at the bar.
Damn shirt.
It's okay, right?
Yeah, no, she had a good time. She had fun. We did some stuff, just her and I too, outside of the convention. We went kayaking on the Savannah River, which was really cool Sunday morning.
Nice.
Went and had a couple meals and drinks where it was just the two of us. So she had an all right. I mean, she had fun. You guys are all cool, and she was shocked. I think she was a little surprised at just how many people she met. Like, I'm not outside of JoeFest. I'm not a real social guy, believe it or not. So
she was really nice.
So yeah, I told her you're gonna meet some of my friends, and I think she was a little surprised at just how many people I introduced her to, and
she was cool, man.
Just walking around like Warchest said, people coming up and saying hi to me, like that I met either the year before at Assembly Required or talked to them on a live stream, or saw me on Punk's live stream or Chris's live stream or something like that. And
was there anybody she told you not to be friends with anymore?
Just Lawrence.
What's that?
No, she had a good time. It was fun. That said, I think it'll probably be my son or my two oldest sons that come with me next year. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So Lightfoot says we walked around there all day Saturday and I didn't recognize anyone. I guess next time I need to check the bar. So do you not watch YouTube? Because I don't know how you could walk around all day Saturday and not notice anyone.
Yeah.
Unless you don't watch a lot of YouTube. What?
We were on the floor all day. We were on the floor all day on Saturday. Didn't have to go to the bar. Yeah.
Ronnie was the only
what
person,
night we did.
Ronnie was the only person I couldn't track down to get a signature from on the last day. And I barely saw Ronnie at all, but I saw Shark everywhere.
How? They were together the whole time.
Well, Ronnie went to bed at
they
like
weren't.
10, and Adam stayed up till like 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't actually get to meet Ronnie until the last day.
We were in each other's presence for a long time, and then it wasn't until the pool where I shook your hand. So
yeah.
This is why no one saw Ronnie, because he was with Podcast from the Pit the whole day.
Nice.
He was hanging out with those guys.
I hang out with those guys.
And Nolan is here, and my buddy's Custom has joined us.
Wait till you see what happened this time, bud. Sorry.
What happened this
Bud's
year?
question. Bud's question.
Taking candy from strangers, right, Ken?
Oh man.
So
way to ruin the last half day. I think Ronnie saw me slumped on a chair on that last day. Yeah.
I barely saw you. Like after the show, I barely saw you.
I tried.
So
I did see you more last year, though.
Everyone, yes, you did. You hung out with us last year. This year, you were too good for us.
I hung out with Ed. I don't know where you were. Ed saw me a lot.
I have longer legs.
Since he was blocking the girl bathroom, he went one there. So everyone comes. Darren, how many times have you been there?
I've missed 1 year since 2019. Yeah, it was and it was at a.
So what was your experience this year?
I was going to say 2019 was at a much smaller hotel and everything. It was taking up like hallways and all that. I think it might have been as big as the upper room for this year and part of the hallway, the swap. That's about as big as the first hotel was, and it's been great since they've got it at that Marriott with all the vendors and stuff going. And I look forward to going down there every year and seeing friends and stuff that you talk to online. It's nice to just be able to hang out in person.
He's outgrown that venue.
It did not feel like it's been a year.
Yeah. But there's no bigger venue to go to for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, not in that area.
Yeah.
In Maximum, I met this guy. So.
What a legend! I met him in the queue for Larry Harmer.
Yeah, he was cool. I met Maximum.
No, what were you saying, Darren?
I was going to say, yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to find another venue in Augusta. He's going to have to look elsewhere and everything if he's land. I just hope he keeps it within a couple hours of me.
It's just everything in price goes up outside of Augusta.
Yeah, yeah. I think Ed lives in Augusta.
Again, unless of it. He lives right across the border in South Carolina, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, unless if it's going to move to Detroit, keep it there because everyone can get in there easily for the most part, and everyone, they seem to enjoy it. They don't really have a problem. I know there's some people that are mad that it doesn't move around. You're not putting on the show. This is one guy that's putting on the show. Why wouldn't you want to do it right there?
Lads, he's just posted it to his Instagram actually that it's going to be in Augusta, Georgia next year, June 26 to 28. So that was just less than an hour ago. So confirmed for Augusta next year. Yeah.
Actually, I think he
Ken spoiled it.
Yeah, I did.
I think he posted that Sunday night or Monday.
Nobody. He switched it by a week because the previous weekend was Father's Day.
Oh, so he's changed it to
26 to 28.
We all go for our Father's Day gift anyway.
I know. That's what I say. They're like, Father's Day gift, let me go to JoeFest.
That works better for me.
All right.
Yeah.
GI Bro. This guy had sleeves on the first day because he says, I don't like flying with a tank top on because it's rude to other people. I respect that because no one wants to be brushing up against somebody. Your second time, you really just got into G.I. Joe in the past couple years.
Right.
What was your second time like, and how hard is it to eat clean the whole time you're there and work out?
It was great. This time was a lot better than last time. I had a lot more fun. There was a lot more people there. And it's pretty crazy when I'm walking the floor. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy when I'm walking the floor and people recognize me. I mean, I was branded, so. But it was a lot of fun. I thought it was bigger this time. Saturday was a lot more packed. And
he said he broke attendance record already on Saturday alone.
I believe it. It was a lot bigger. Yeah. And
last year you could walk around easier, like on the floor. This year you were pushing up against people the whole time.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. Eating clean, that's easy.
It felt less crowded to me this year.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
I didn't think so at all.
Friday was okay. Sunday was like normal, but Saturday I felt.
I felt it was about the same, but that means it's more crowded because there's an upstairs.
There was upstairs,
but,
yeah.
So there was an upstairs.
There's also
there's a little bit of room to grow.
Also, but he made more tables throughout it. Like he condensed the space. Also, there may have just been more people around me, so it seemed like it was more packed.
Yeah. All the fans, all the girls, all the girls running to Punk.
There was no girls.
No.
Just overweight fat guys. That's all.
Okay, I was trying to be nice. You know.
There was one girl that recognized. Actually, two girls that recognized who I was.
Oh no!
One was with a guy smaller than me.
Here we go.
All right, so let's get to the last guy. The guy in the corner here, 3-star draw, Darren. Were you relieved when we finally went to Club Tarkin?
Yeah, I was. I didn't know if you guys were gonna come down or not, and you know, a lot of organizing, a lot of effort, you know, went into it. But I was gonna go have a good time. I went, you know, got a drink at the bar before I went and told you guys what I was doing, and went back and got in the pool. Stanley was down there, then Ronnie, Aaron came down there, and then Adam come down, and everybody just kind of trickled down. Yeah, I was glad because it turned into what we wanted it, you know, what we wanted it to be, what we hoped it would be. Last year it was organic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't planned or anything, and that's why it was so special. But then we spent 6 months talking about how awesome it was and telling people about it. So it's like, it's just everybody come to the pool and kick it, and a lot of people did. So yeah, I'm really glad you guys come down. I think it worked out.
We had to eat first. GI Bro says you got to have fuel to burn calories, so we had to get fueled up.
Yep.
Well, I ate a huge early lunch when we went to Nacho Mama's, and I guess I ate more than everybody else because I was not in the least hungry. And when everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna eat," and I'm like, "Well, damn, are you guys hungry already?" So I knew I would go back later and get food before they stopped serving it. So I was ready to go get my mad ass in this pool. So
I had to get out and get some food because I was maggoted after 2 beers.
Yeah, you were like, I'll be back. I gotta go. I'm good. The beer went straight up here.
If any of you guys hear snoring, it is not anyone's wife. It's Roman in the background. So
knocked out.
All right.
But yes, I'm glad everybody come down, and we had a great time. It was fun.
Well, let's get into some of the slides now. Fair warning, I am in all the slides because they are from my phone. All right. It's not like I said, "Hey guys, only send me." I didn't ask. I just grabbed a whole bunch of all the pictures that I took. And we're going to go through everything. So if you're wondering what it looks like, I dropped a video. I know people seem to be pretty happy because a lot of people just aren't able to experience it. So this, you can go there, check that out. Let's see if this works.
Did you need me to commentate for that video, Punk?
Go ahead. Why don't you tell them the story about that?
Oh, Jesus.
You brought it up.
I get back up to the room because Punk did this video Saturday morning. I walk up there into the room at like 3 a.m., of course, and Punk and Tony are both laying in the beds watching Punk's walkthrough video. And I just started commentating as we were talking and watching it. Punk falls asleep. So I'm like, my video is so exciting, I put myself to sleep. And then I just started commentating on like, this is stuff that I don't know about and all this other stuff.
Correction. I was not watching it. Tony put it on, and I was passing out well before you showed up because I don't even remember you coming in the room.
All
right. So Tony put it on. I didn't want to put it on. I already experienced the walkthrough. But
anyway,
I was
after
like,
about 8 minutes of commentating like just nonsense through this video for Punk, he finally wakes up and all he says is "fuck you."
I
Sounds
can
right.
hear it. I can hear him, and I have no idea really where he's at, but I'm hearing it, and I believe what I said was, what was it? Let me go check my 7,000 subs.
Yep.
So anyway, okay. I don't know. Can I scroll through this? All right. So I brought figures to take pictures with, and they never left the room. So I brought Roman once again. You know, I got to move. I thought this was going to look better this way, but I don't think it's going to.
And I did not
brought
see
Roman,
you in that damn hat one time either.
Just because I didn't bring it. I forgot it.
Oh,
I told you. I put the poll up
Okay.
about shaving, and I was going to shave, and then I remembered I was fake baking because I had the worst farmer's tan, and I was like, you know what? What if I shave it and it's really white? So I decided not to shave it.
Fair enough. Carry on.
All right, so this was early on that we saw Larry Hama. He was at the Delta 17 table. And I believe I just asked him if we could take a picture, and Ken jumped in for some reason.
Thanks for that, by the way.
What?
No, for letting me photobomb your photo.
Oh yeah.
Well, it looks like there's 3 Asians and Ed in the picture. So
Yeah.
Sure.
I was about to call Ice, but
Why is Punk still the
just
greatest Asian?
So on the way to JoeFest, the delivery guy messaged me and said, I met a client right now and they asked how Asian Larry's doing. And then someone else mentioned it. I've heard this for many years when I was growing up, that I looked Asian. I don't. And let's see here. Matthew says he gave Carson the vid, and now Carson can't make it to DFW. Wow. But you can just fill in for him. Yeah. You can just fill in for him, Matthew.
Yeah,
does that make him a sad C word, Ronnie?
Yeah. Sorry. It's Tony's fault. He started it.
So here's Charlotte, myself, and Ed. As you can see, we're having a good time. I know we're not supposed to have a good time here, right? Like, you're not supposed to have fun at the show. No. So, but I mean, you're kind of seeing how big the show really is. Yeah, I have this because I asked for this picture for a reason. I haven't been able to do what I wanted to do.
Oh, you so
no.
I was literally trying to do it. That's why I asked for it. Here was when we met the 2 Asian, or the two Asians.
Australians.
Where are you guys from again?
Australia.
Land down under.
Australia. Where women go and men
Australia. It starts with an A, right? So this is the bar that we spend a lot of time at. All right. Now, Ronnie and Adam won't know this, but this guy was one of our bartenders last year, too. He did an awesome photobomb.
Yep.
You know his name? Because I don't.
Ryan,
yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, Adam's alive. He's in the chat. Adam's in the chat. He's alive.
Oh, look, there he is.
Nice.
Yeah. Good work.
And he's sick, so...
Yep.
He's either sick or he's doing the firefighter video.
I'm sick as well. Some of that cuddling we were doing.
So this is the bar that you'll spend a lot of time in. You won't get your check on time. Who knows when you'll get your food?
But it's good.
But it's all worth it, right? Oh, it's good food. There's nothing bad there, and the prices aren't bad.
It was really good.
Calamari was great.
Yeah.
Oh, those cheese bites. Oh,
how many cheese bites did you eat that past weekend?
I don't know, but you notice we bring up cheese bites and GI Bro goes away. He's like, you know what?
Yeah. You order cheese bites with every meal, so
once I had them, yeah. I didn't order them the first day. After that, yeah.
Shane
So same time, Toys found a way to make it there. Shane, who is right now at DFW, so that's probably why we won't see him in the chat. I'm guessing he's hanging out with all those guys right now. He let me know that he was coming up, and then he said, "Don't tell anyone." And it sounds like he told a whole bunch of people. So, like, you really suck at keeping secrets, dude.
No, wait a minute. No, don't call the kettle black there, Pot. Your Instagram pictures on early Friday morning.
Damn.
What?
When I woke up to start getting ready at 5 a.m. and looked at Instagram, and there's a picture of you and Shane and Adam and Ronnie, and I was like, oh shit, because I didn't know any of them were going, and you put it on Instagram.
Well, I told you, Adam said don't tell anyone, and then he was posting it. So I'm like, well, if you've already posted it to yours, what does it matter if I do? So
I just saw it when it popped up on yours, and I was like, oh man. And when Pop woke up, I said, have you looked at Instagram? He said no. I said, go to Instagram and look at Punk's post. And he's still in the other room getting ready. And a minute later, he goes, oh hell no, holy shit. So.
And Shane smokes a lot of cigarettes. We'll just say that. All right. Shane, you may want to calm down. If you're watching on the replay, smoking's bad for you. Emerald Knight, who I've also met 3 times, right? Same with you, Ed, right?
Yep.
He is such a cool dude.
And he won best photographer?
Yeah, he won the picture contest.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a cool little award and everything, and he does do wonderful photography. What did he win it for? Does anyone know?
It was the skeletons from 4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize Ken had bounced out. Did he say goodbye?
No. In the private chat.
Oh, I can't watch the private chat. I can barely do this. Here's Angry Adam. All right. Are we gonna get? Is there sound again? All right. I think every time Rich comes in, we get the background noise. So
my audio keeps dropping.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know get a podcast.
So. There it went. So Adam, who really did try and surprise everyone, and Adam was around. I mean, he was all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is feedback.
Yeah. Now there's
you again, Rich.
I'll mute myself.
All right. Mega J, who you guys all know Mega J, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone met Steven, right?
Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Kelly is absolutely awesome. He's from is he from Australia?
Ireland.
From Ireland.
He's from the UK.
He's from Ireland.
Huge Action Force. He actually gave me a couple little Action Force figures, trying to get me to. He's like, come on. And he just gave me like 2 of the 5 POA ones. I'm like, I can't do another line right now. But he was awesome. Like, you'll see him in, if you watch my walkthrough video, you'll see him. Now, I'm sorry. I don't care. I will die on this hill. Him and Pop Blender look like each other. Did we all come to this? We all
100%.
agree?
I agree.
A
Okay.
little bit.
Because
That's
Yeah.
Pop Blender tried to say, he goes, we don't look alike, but I know why you say it. Because he has the chin like my dad, he looks like my dad, and I look like my dad. And I said, so he looks like you. Like everything you just said. Darren, you were there too when he said that, weren't you?
Yeah, you told him to. He had his fedora on. You like take off the hat. And
Yeah.
then they kind of went like, yeah, I could see it then.
And his explanation was, I don't look like him, but I can see why you think it. He has my dad's chin. He looks like my dad. I look like my dad. And I'm like, so he looks like you, right? We're all in agreement. Right? Like,
yep, that's what he said. Looks like my dad. I look like my dad. Yep. So you look like Steven.
And then he still tried to fight it. All right. What did everyone think of Mikey?
Mikey is a dude, man. He's awesome.
Mikey was so much fun. Yeah. I didn't think Mikey really cared for me. Matthew, you at DFW, you need to make sure you go talk to Mikey. You will have a blast with Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mikey's pretty solid.
Yeah, he was so much fun.
He doesn't live very far from me, and his dad actually just lives down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they left. I saw them. I when I was leaving, they were leaving too. And they were going right to DFW, and then I guess they'll be headed home after that. But I had a blast, and he has stories for days. He was there during specific incidents before we were going to JoeFest, and hear it firsthand, and but he was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, Mikey was a good dude. That was a good hangout the last night.
I didn't get to talk to him very long. I talked to him briefly during the show, like just hi, what's up. But yeah, like Ed said, that last night when I come down and was hanging out down there, that was the most that I actually talked to him, and I hadn't really talked to him much on streams or anything before.
Sunday,
but yeah, he was cool.
Sunday was way different this year than last year. Like this year, there was people. We were out way later. The funny thing was Sunday, most of the rambunctious guys last year were pretty much headed to bed. It was all the people upstairs. This year, like we were down there for quite some time, almost till 3 a.m.
No,
so
I think I said goodbye to Darren. It was like 3:30 almost by the time I said goodbye to Darren Punk.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was late. We sat outside talking for a long time that night.
Matthew, don't count on it.
Nope.
So this is Ed, the owner and promoter of JoeFest. Did anyone see when he threw the towel at me? No. He threw a towel at me. I wasn't paying attention, and it hit me perfect. He was on the other side of the of those cushioned chairs in the restaurant.
Yeah, I was standing there with you when he did that.
And I was like, I thought whoever was next to me, I thought did it. Because it was like, and I was like, and he's laughing. He thinks it's like the most hilarious thing in the world. And I'm like, oh, you did that? But Ed's a good guy, man. He's a lot of fun. If you watch the walkthrough, it's funny because I see him, I start talking to him, and the moment I start talking to him, over the PA comes this guy. David does a lot of announcing throughout the show. It's very loud, but I believe it's what he's supposed to do. But the moment I started talking to Ed, another announcement came up, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. So he might have been actually announcing that it was opening. So David T. Allen here. He does a show with my co-host Terry from the Circle of Jerks. So here's Tony, myself, and Ed. We went out to breakfast at the same place that Travis Baldy and Tony and I went out to. And since those two didn't want to come, we went there and held the fort down. This is a place that has everything is shaped like a waffle. So their omelets are shaped like waffles. Their hash browns are shaped like waffles. It's interesting, but it's good food. What did you think of it, Ed?
I didn't eat. Remember, I just had an orange juice.
Oh, that's right. Ed doesn't eat breakfast.
No, just coffee.
Hides me says you got hit with a towel. I picture a hand towel, but when it hits Punk, it's like a king size blanket. That's why I got wider, so I don't look as small. Like
yeah, you're just about as wide as you are tall now. So
so this was we went to Top Dog Comics, right?
Yeah, it was great.
So Tony, Ed, and myself went, and they just happened to be there. So this is all the guys from Podcast from the Pit. You can see Adam there, Ronnie is there. What'd you guys think of this? What'd you think of this, the store?
That was amazing. That was bigger than most supermarkets we have in Adelaide, South Australia. I couldn't believe it. Unbelievable.
Ed?
I went last year to their old location, and this new location is a million times better, and it's just they have everything that's as far as vintage action figures and stuff go. Vintage and new stuff. So I mean,
yeah, and they had a lot of room to grow here. I know because Ed had told me, he said, he goes, it's like the size of an old Toys R Us. It's not that big, but it's big.
It's probably at least the size of like the Big Lots that are closing down.
Oh yeah,
they probably stole the Spirit of Halloween location.
the Spirit Halloween saw they're like a toy store moving in there. That's a location that we're gonna get soon. They probably got their sign right outside waiting for it to go out of business.
Now, where was this?
In Augusta.
It's in Augusta.
Top Dog Comics. It's about a 20-minute drive. Where before, we saw it before. It was right down the street.
Yeah, last year was
5 minutes
from the hotel. Their last location was like literally 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean it's worth it because the show doesn't open till 6 on Friday. So if you come in on Thursday, you really have nothing to do, but head out there. So. There's Ace from Ramen and one of his partner. Is it one of his partners or just one of his employees?
I think that's his brother.
I think it's his brother. Yeah.
Okay.
I know he handles. He's the guy that handles all of the sales inquiries because I asked him a question about a part and he referred me to him.
Ace was sending him back to the hotel for everything. It's like,
yeah,
we'll get you a hat right now. Go to the room, get the hat.
I meant to get a hat, damn it.
Ace is a really good guy. He came in.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows who I am. He knows who Ed is, me. He came and sat with us and chats with us, and he truly is a fan.
100%.
Yeah.
So it is cool that he's doing the type of stuff that he's doing, and his booth wasn't nearly what it was last year because he brought so much last year with the tanks and everything. This he just kind of rebrought the tanks, but we'd already seen them.
Well, yeah,
last
but
year he had a couple of
Chargers
Chargers there, and he had a couple of vans there last year.
So
yeah,
he brought the Super Musk though. That took up all of his table.
Oh yeah, that Super Musk. Yeah,
man,
that thing makes you rethink. Do I really need that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at where I want to put it, and I would have to put my monitors somewhere else. We'll take this entire table.
Yeah. That'd be a great diorama for those tick figures coming out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he also had Gun Bunny's van in it too. That was really cool that he was he wanted to get Gun Bunny's van in it. That was customized.
Yep. Well, Stanley's van that Gun Buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Gun Bunny's van is Stanley's van. Gun Buddy customized it.
There's a story behind that, so it's.
There's the guns. Now you see why this guy eats clean. Rich, I'll tell you again, we all die. Some of us just gonna look better dead. You're that one.
What it is. Food is fuel. Food is fuel.
Yeah, but sometimes it tastes so good. But I got respect for you, man. But those cheese bites abs. Cheese bites one.
Rich just leaves the show going, I'm thankful that all these people eat all that shit that I don't have to.
Exactly. The owner of Savage Crucible, him and I have a long-standing relation beef. No, he's actually really cool about it. Like, I think he fully understands it. He actually said, he brought it up again. He goes, "Are you going to throw the figure this year?" It was a toss. But I said, "Hey," I did the review on the feed. And he goes, "We saw it." And he goes, "I really do appreciate it." I'll say it again. The Savage Crucible, what they've done with their redesigning the feet and sending it out to everyone, it brought me back because I would not have come back and bought any more figures.
I told you I dropped his name when I bought something, and he added $10 to the bill.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it does tell you that these companies, these independent companies, who the fuck keeps on having
I've been muted.
But no, these companies, they're watching our reviews, and I'm glad they are, because they're watching what needs to be fixed and they're fixing it. So there's Gaz wearing his Slaughterhouse shirt. Gaz is awesome. Like, did everyone get to meet Gaz?
Nope.
No.
He was with Hans Chow. I got to meet Hans for the first time too. So I had Gaz on. Gaz is the whole reason why we have. Gaz is the whole reason why we have this.
Fucking Phil Collins.
All because of that interview with him. Ed and I were walking, and he's like, "Look behind you." I had to take a picture with Shipwreck and Ollie. There was another shipwreck. Did you guys see the other shipwreck by any chance after?
Yes, I saw the other one.
Yeah. I see one shipwreck. I think they're all the same.
I'm before you get too far away, I don't know if you've thought of this or not, but you need to do some Photoshop magic with this picture and put 6 or 7 more shipwrecks in there. just cut it out as a sticker and repost it, paste it in there a bunch of times.
I can probably go downstairs and find a couple. Everyone know White Mike?
Yeah.
White Vegeta. He's awesome.
Yeah, I don't talk to White Mike. I'm racist.
It's the only person War Chest talked to all weekend.
We have a plan.
Yeah, White Mike's awesome. Like, he makes these little not dials, but like little crates and everything, and passes them out. And then he made new ones this year, but the paint was a little bit different on one. Like, there was a couple that had a little bit different paint, but he gave the wrong top to someone. So he's like, "Hey, could you check yours and make sure you have the same color? Because I gave one to the wrong person. I gotta get it." So
I love that shirt. It's my mom will literally, like, if she sees like I bought something, she'd be like, "Oh, you got a new doll?" I'm like, "It's not a doll." She says, "Castle Grayskull's just a Barbie dream home, Scott." Like, she'll just start it.
Nightmare home.
It was awesome to meet Mike, though. He was a great guy.
You didn't meet him last year?
No, I didn't meet him last year. I might have, but I don't remember him. So if I talked to him, it was too seconds.
He came up to me because he wanted to give me one of his boxes. I really had no idea who he was. But then I talked to Dreadnought Ryan, and he's like, "Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of stuff off him. He does really nice stuff." But yeah, he was just awesome.
Him and I have been following each other on like Instagram and stuff for years, and we've talked through Instagram. But this is the first time I ever really met him, where I remember anyway.
Yeah, I met him last year, and he gave me one of those crates. Same deal. I talked to him on Instagram.
I think weren't we together? Sure, I think we were together when we saw him last year.
What color was Sharlock's shirt last year? Was it the brown one or the blue one?
It was one of those.
Yes, we know. JB Toys. We were on the panel with him last year. A lot of fun. Him and his wife. They came last year. They came this year. So yeah, they were a lot of fun too. You guys all met him, right?
Yep.
I talked to him a little. I didn't meet him introductions, but I was just in circles where he was there talking. He seemed pretty cool.
Has he got a Bucky's cap on?
Yes.
There was a lot of Bucky's gear there. There were a lot of people wearing Bucky stuff.
Look, here's one of the stars, Ray Murphy.
Ray Murphy.
Hey, Ray Murphy.
I was hoping he was going to be the next slide. Dom was the only person that I didn't get his signature from the book last year, excluding Sarge and his handler. I didn't ask Sarge because he's
Sarge's handler's got a job, bro.
well, okay, so all right.
He had a big job this year.
Hell yeah, he
Hearing
did.
him out.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and what I should have done was went up to his handler, showed him the picture, and said, "Hey, I'm just having people signed that that I took pictures with. You're in this book. Is it possible to get you and Sarge just to quickly sign?" I think if I would have asked him, maybe he would have signed it, just because of that. But yeah. I didn't, and unfortunately, I didn't see Dom again. Like he has his 2 kids. So he has a lot going on, and I totally missed him. So he's the only person I didn't get to sign the book that I was hoping to.
Yeah, we saw him like 5 times during the day Saturday, but then he was gone after that.
Yeah, because I think he was gone on Sunday well before anything happened. So I know he didn't stick around very long. Everyone met him?
Savage.
Yeah. What a legend.
Savage cool guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I met Savage.
He's a lot of fun. He didn't come up to me last year just because of he's like, you were talking to someone like, well, you better come up this year. And the funniest part was he was talking to somebody, and I believe it was Tony and I that kept going, "Is that Savage?" And he's like totally not hearing us. Like, I don't know if I could have got much louder. I could have. But yeah, he was awesome. And anytime you see a black man with a Canadian or with a hockey hat on, you got to give him respect.
I noticed that too. I didn't say anything. I was like, "You're wearing a Maple Leafs hat."
Not even an American hockey team, but a Canadian one. So this one here, this is John from Top Fun Toys. Which, Adam, you did show him, or you showed us to where he was at, because for some odd reason we couldn't find him because we went up and down every single aisle, other than this one, Ed.
Several times.
We just somehow missed this aisle. And Tony photobombed. So Tony was like, and he was so excited that he photobombed. He was like a little fucking kid. So. And then there's Sharlock again. Look at the shirt. Oh, he's gone right now.
Yeah.
And his wife told us that
he had to go tell his wife that he was hanging out with his friends, so he had to get permission.
What was funny is that like he did like talk about like she told us the whole point of like, yeah, he only wears these types of shirts.
Yep.
So because he only wears these types of shirts, she's like, he's actually really difficult to shop for.
Oh, he's back. Quit talking about him.
I fucking knew it.
Wait, are you wearing the same shirt?
But you can see he's wearing
this one's green.
it's the same style.
Oh yeah,
It was in the same pack.
oh yeah. I got a particular.
It's what happens to the blue shirt after he wears it for a few days on the farm.
I did hop on wearing this and a tie earlier, just for Lawrence.
Well, that's why I said you should have jumped on after we started.
I know.
You have to, like, see, look.
It took me a long time to find a tie.
So here's War Chest. He's a big boy. And he went away. We can talk about him.
Husky.
He's husky. That's not what you said to me when I made some sort of comment.
I'm fat, dude. I'm big dude.
Yeah, didn't he tell us that he sat on one side of the plane to level it out? I mean,
No shit, right?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Because there were sandbags on the other side. War Chest is a pilot, and he had a nice story. But you need to come to JoeFest to hear these things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joshua.
So who is this? Who is this guy?
It's JoeFan84.
This is JoeFan84.
Yeah.
JoeFan84, Josh.
Yeah.
And the day before, someone had come up to us and was talking, and they we couldn't hear what they said, what their name was, and I thought like his name is JoeFan. Like, yeah, it must be like JoeFan84, whatever. We're trying to just figure it out. And then the next day, JoeFan comes up.
That was Joe Hunter, wasn't it?
It was Joe Hunter.
Yeah.
And he says I'm JoeFan84, and I go, that other guy was not JoeFan.
Oh my god.
That was Wes. Joe Hunter is Wes.
Yes.
Yes.
But he was wearing a Joe Hunter shirt the next day, and that's how we knew who he was.
Yeah.
He also met us in the bar, which was very loud.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there was a reason why we didn't hear. I mean, yeah, we were going crazy in the bar and everything. There was all this stuff going on, but yeah, it was just funny because all of a sudden, I'm like, I think that was JoeFan, and then here comes JoeFan the next day, and we're like, oh shit, who was that guy then? And Derek is joining us. How are you doing, Derek?
What's up?
How was your guys' drive home?
Long.
And you didn't drive at all, right?
No, Mike did the whole thing. Both ways.
Mike won't let you drive.
He just likes to drive.
Yeah.
So he says.
Everyone was
back,
popular.
Larry. In our defense, we asked Tony who these people were because he knew them, and he didn't remember either. So,
well, you know, we always know that. We always know that might happen.
Hey,
and there's Darren. Are you wearing the same shirt right now?
Nope.
Okay. I just see blue. Your name's across.
Dark blue shirt. Missing beard though.
Now, see, I didn't realize, like, last year, like, we talked about some stuff, and Tony was like, that's everyone's customs. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I don't know who he is. And then the funniest thing was the rest of, like, the trip, he kept going. He's like, did we see Airborne? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, that's Darren right there. But that's Tony. Like, he has the worst memory ever. Like, honestly. Now that he has Ed's phone number, Ed's gonna get to experience Tony phone calls.
Tony phone.
Oh, he just sends me sweet love messages through text.
Well, once he starts calling you. All right, Little Wilhelm.
This was funny.
Little Willie.
So he's sitting there, and I believe this is the same chair that Ken said that he passed out in, where Bobby B had to help him. Or maybe Bobby B put him in this chair, like right over here. A couple years ago. I never met Bobby, so.
Yeah.
With a headband like that, he's just waiting for action. I don't think he's asleep.
Well, I thought he was on his, because it was late. I thought he was on his phone. So
I did too when I first saw it.
Yeah, this is pushing 2:30 in the morning. Here.
Yeah, because I was on the other side of somebody, and I thought he was on his phone, and someone made a comment about like, "Yo, just go to sleep like this guy," and I'm like, "He's asleep," and his dad's literally on the other side of the table laughing.
Damn.
And I did shoot this to his dad, and he's like, he deserved it.
I had no idea you guys were up that late. I was like already in bed by like 11:30.
Yeah.
No, we stay up till, what?
I wasn't in bed before 3:30 any night.
Damn.
We were down in the lobby until 2 or 3, and then we'd be laughing our asses off up in the hotel room until 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Nice.
I want to say it was Saturday night where like Tony was, we had 2 beds. So Ed's in one, I'm in the other. Tony was in the other room on the couch bed. And we were just going back and forth for about 45 minutes making jokes that will never be on air.
Yo. What happens in Augusta stays in Augusta.
Now, if you are watching, I apologize because there was a lot going on. This is when I was doing the walkthrough, so I totally forgot his name. But he stopped me during the walkthrough, and we chatted for a little bit. I know he watches the channel, so I do apologize. There isn't Tony to ask. I was all by myself.
How many pairs of glasses
remember
does he
anyway,
need?
apparently.
What was that?
I said, how many pairs of glasses does he need?
He only has one pair of glasses. Oh.
He's got a pair on his hat, and a pair hanging around his neck. There's Joe Hunter 73. That's the guy.
What?
Joe Hunter 73 just popped into the chat.
Yes, there he is. Wes.
Yeah.
Wes.
There he is. That is not Joe Fan 84.
Joe Fan 84.
This is the voice actor of Dr. Mindbender.
Brian Cummins.
Yes. And when I say he can talk, he can talk. If you watch the video, you see a little bit of him, and he goes right into his spiel. Real nice guy, though. Like, real nice. Ed had told me all about him before and said, you know what, you got to talk to this guy. He absolutely loves this. And he's like so excited that he's invited, that he got invited. So he really enjoys it. And hopefully he'll be back like every single year.
Didn't he tell us a joke on Sunday, Lawrence?
He did. He told me a couple.
I don't remember it, but I remember him telling it.
Yeah, he told me a couple. And he also said, like, if you come back, there's a saying that people tend to say almost every convention, and if you get it right and it's in an envelope so he can open it up and show you, you win something. But I don't remember what it was. I never tried figuring out what it was.
Like a mind bender saying?
No. He said it's a saying from conventions he goes to. And he does a lot of different voices. So, like, if you saw, he had a montage of, like, all the different voices.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what it was.
Joe Hunter, we didn't forget you. When you introduced yourself to Punk and I, we didn't catch your name the first time. So we were trying to figure out who you were. And then
we thought you said Joe Fan. It was loud in the bar. And then what happened was the next day, Joe Fan 84 comes in and introduces himself. And I went, that last guy wasn't Joe Fan. and you had your shirt on the next day. And that's how everyone knew who you were. So, Rad Toys, which, again, I hung out with him on Wednesday. He lives up in Canada, and he said, yeah, I'm going to be going to Sergeant Red's. And I said, hey, hit me up, and we'll go out to lunch, and hung out with him for a couple hours and had a blast. Oops. Adam, okay, I know you don't watch. Adam, I don't know you don't watch, but if anyone watches... talks to Adam. They do make bathing suits that are a little bit longer, dude. I'm not the only one that noticed, right? Come on.
I wasn't checking out his ass.
You couldn't miss how short they were, and his pasty white skin.
He is white. Adam is very white.
Yeah.
Who's the dude in the pink Umbros, bro?
But yeah. And then here, have I even had one picture with you yet, Darren?
I don't think so. I know you got several, but I don't think I've showed one yet.
So there's Darren, who did a wardrobe change a couple times.
Bunch of times.
I don't think I talked to Optic at all.
Yeah, I don't think we talked to him at all either.
That camera harness makes his boobies look great.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out after he skipped through the picture. I appreciate it.
Makes you just want to go up and squeeze him, you know.
I know. I'm going to buy a bigger harness for the GoPro next year now.
Hooded Cobra Commander, if you don't know what he looks like, real nice guy. He actually, here you go. He actually, I was walking behind him, and he stopped to talk to me, Ed, because he looks like, dude, you're kind of a big deal, and I went, I am.
I know you don't know how to say that, but
I let other people say it for me.
That's right.
But yeah,
you better wear a shirt next year that says that.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the story.
Do you want the story?
Well, I think everyone watching deserves to hear it.
All right. So Seth Green, if you don't know, he may have been in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So he was leaving the Delta 17 booth, and I just happened to see him, and I kind of I shouted out to him, and I tap his shoulder, Ed? You guys noticed.
He went up and tapped his elbow, yeah.
Okay. And you guys said, you and Tony, I think, both said
his girlfriend was going to jack you up, man. She gave you a look like, who the hell are you?
And I was like, hey, can I get a picture with you? My daughter and I have been binge watching Buffy and Angel. She'll get a kick out of it. I honestly, if it would have just been just another actor, I would not have. But because Olivia and I have been watching, I had to. So, and she calmed down right after. And he's like, all right, well, let's hurry up. You know, I get my phone out, and he's like, let me take your phone. I've been doing this. So he takes the picture, a couple pictures. And so he took both these pictures. And then I was like, hey, I go, can I give you a couple stickers? And I pull out the Roman with toys. Now, you guys have seen the Roman with toys, right? It's just Roman. Mm-hmm. And his girlfriend goes, you're a punk with toys, aren't you? She goes, I know you from Instagram. And it was before I brought out the sticker that had my name. And Ed, you heard it, right?
No, me and Tony were avoiding you at that point in time.
Look at
we
Tony
heard the
in
story.
The back, though.
We heard the story about 1,800 times, but we didn't hear him say it.
Well, it's gonna be like the flag story.
Look at Tony in the back. He's surprised that Seth is shorter than you. Look at him.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
he's eyeing you up.
So I send the picture to Olivia. I wait 2 hours and I call her. I go, you see the picture I sent you? I just woke up. I'm like, it's 12:15. Why are you still sleeping? So I tell her to look at the picture. She's like, is that the guy I always mess up who he is? And I'm like, nope, look at him. And she's like, I go, Willow's boyfriend? And she's like, oh my God. I go, he's shorter than me. I go, noticeably shorter than me. And she goes, I can tell you're slouching over to talk to him. And I was like, I don't crouch over to anyone, not even babies.
And yes, to tell everybody, Tony and I were back there laughing about the fact that Punk was actually taller than another grown man.
Yeah.
But what it was funny is when she looked at it, she says, Olivia's looking at it and she goes, is that Ed in the background? But yeah, he is. We looked it up. Who looked it up?
I did.
That's what I thought. I thought it was you. And it said he was like, it says 5'4". He's 5'4". I go, I'm 5'4" on a good day. He is not 5'4". And then Ronnie.
Well, this is the thing. We couldn't confirm that the young lady that he was with is actually his girlfriend. We must say.
Okay.
Brunette girl.
The what?
Brunette girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's like an assistant that she works with. She works with Stupid Buddy Studios and stuff.
Okay.
She was there last year and everything too.
Fair enough. So not
Okay. So it's not as good. So does that make you happier? Because Ronnie was really hung up on the fact that
I was trying to
he
figure
has
it
a
out.
wife and that's not his wife. I'm like, dude, it's the U.S. It's America. Like
But Ronnie forgot that what happens in Augusta stays in Augusta. So
Yeah, you can do anything at JoeFest, Ronnie. Like dreams come true at JoeFest, Ronnie.
Ronnie was like really, really like hung up on that. But Ronnie gets hung up on a lot of things.
I do. Yeah. That's not a whip.
Now that's a whip.
Oh my gosh.
You're in Dallas.
We're gonna leave that, all right? If you know where that's from, awesome. If you don't,
yeah, he was at JoeFest too.
I love Plastic Fantastic's fucking comment.
Like, you were at Dallas and you didn't go to In-N-Out. I'm kind of impressed. You went for Buc-ee's instead.
We went to Buc-ee's. Hello to Indiana Jones.
Stop. Toyamic says she was fast to tell me they made the Mojo show when I had the Marvel Legends Mojo on my table. Yeah, he went up to a few people that there's a couple people said that he came up to see what they had in their hand and everything. He seemed like he was very personable. I mean, he's just there to be a collector and look at the stuff. So I didn't think he really wanted to be bothered, but like I said, if Olivia and I weren't watching Buffy and Angel, I wouldn't have done it.
You just wanted to prove there was another grown-ass man shorter than you. That's all.
I didn't realize that he was shorter than me until I did it.
I know what it's like to meet another Oompa Loompa out in the wild. You were just excited.
Well, he's not an Oompa Loompa. He's very skinny.
I didn't even see Seth this year at all. I missed him the whole day Saturday. But last year, he was approachable and stuff. Last year, taking photos and stuff. And when he come over to the Sarge booth last year, he looked like a 5-year-old seeing his favorite superhero for the first time. Like he was like geeking out.
It's funny because last year I didn't see him. Yeah, like last year I didn't see him, and everyone's like, "Oh, Seth Green's doing." I was like, "Oh, that guy, yeah." Like I mean, I know who he is, but like it didn't really dawn on me like who he actually was.
He was just like us. He was just looking through things, just flying under the radar. He was there, just having a look around.
Yeah. So, Ed said last year he came on his own dime. Like he just showed up, and then I think he asked to do a panel or something like that. So, he wasn't even scheduled to show up. This year he was actually scheduled to show up. And I think Ed took a lot of pride in the fact that here's the star who's done this stuff with, Robot Chicken, that he came to his show. He wasn't like reaching out to get him. But now that who said this is
panel last year?
What was that?
I think they did do a small panel last year for Stupid Buddy Studios. They
did, but he said it wasn't scheduled to be in there. I think Ed just kind of wedged it in there when he said he was coming. Okay. Who said that was his assistant?
Darren
said, yeah.
Darren? Okay, so that makes sense on why she like knew who I was, because she's all into, like, if you look at her Instagram, she has all kinds of different Instagram like toy collectors that she's following and stuff. So, but Ronnie, does that make you feel better to know that she's his assistant? And
I'm jealous. She follows you, but not me.
Well, he doesn't know how to tell you, Ronnie, but he's kind of a big deal.
That's why Ed is one of my moderators. He knows on cue when to say it.
It's in the contract.
It's in the contract.
Next year, I'm
wait
not
for that first fucking paycheck, though. I'll tell you. Jesus.
Next year, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna bring Ed around everywhere
and just point.
I think I might have to Ed do a soundbite for me. All right, and then we Photo Damon, right? Or Photog Damon.
Photog Damon, yeah.
Which he lives pretty close to me. You guys were the ones that were talking with him originally, weren't you, Ed?
Yeah, he came up to me and Tony. Yeah.
Oh, who was he with? He was with somebody.
I don't remember, but
yeah.
him and I have been following each other on Instagram for a while too. So
nice guy, real nice guy.
Yeah, cool guy.
You know, again, did you meet anyone that you were like, I hate you?
Other than you, no.
but you didn't meet me. You already.
I was
knew.
stuck with you. That was the problem.
Stuck in the middle with Punk.
You could have kept it on. You could have kept that hotel room of yours. And here is Clint Jorgensen, which I don't understand. He was only there, I think, for one day.
Yeah.
I think he was only there for one day, but no one could find him.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Like they would see him, and then he would just disappear. It seemed, because I ran into him twice. Like he actually sought me out. I know, kind of a big deal. But yeah, he was a good guy. I think he's only been on. I think he was on Punk's Pit like one time. Yeah. Do you remember Ed?
Roman?
I don't remember. No, yeah, he did come out once. I remember that. I don't know if he's ever been on again.
And Fighting Code Names is here.
Standing in front of that $24,000 USS flag.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh man.
Box. Yeah.
I don't think that was the one. Was it?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Because
I looked at it long enough. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I just saw it in Darren's video right before I jumped on here. So
I don't look at flags because if you guys don't know, I have one.
That's why you're kind of a big deal. You have a flag and a bunch of shipwrecks.
This is Maximum Warp, which his name is Max. So it works out. Hey, look, there's Jorgensen right there. Thanks for not crapping out, quick kick.
That's cropping, not crapping.
I said crapping. So check out Maximum Warp. I was watching one of his videos today or yesterday, and I had a good laugh because it was it's a Valaverse that he's like on his knees because it was all broken. But the whole story of the figure, like he sent him a whole new figure, but there was broken parts on the new figure, so he basically had to mash one to get one good figure. And then we have yes, also while I have you, War Chest, that's your camera right up on your hat, right?
Yeah.
I need you to wear that and record things. Okay, remind me.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yep, that's you.
I love that camera actually. I think this is a bomb. I love that little thing.
I made you turn it off or something.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, dude, you need to get rid of that. I've worked too hard on this channel to lose it because of something I say.
That's hilarious.
I never talked to Joe Ricondo till this weekend. Have you guys?
Yeah,
I talked to him a little bit in the past, but not like I did this weekend.
He runs with the podcast from the Pit Boys, so I've spoken plenty of times.
He was cool. Awesome. He was cool as hell.
He was. Like I said,
he doesn't live too far from me.
Yeah, I believe he picked up their stuff from the fulfillment center.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he lives really close to Travis, Mr. Wonderful. Travis, not fucking Moody. Travis.
And I had never talked to Hans Chow.
Hans.
Why does Hans Chow have the accent that everyone feels they can do?
It's easy to fake. It's easier to fake than the Aussie accent, and I'm sure it sounds awful to them.
His accent is straight coming out of him. It's just it's so counterintuitive.
He's a lot of fun, man. Because I'm like I didn't think you really liked me, like because I see him with other, like, we never really talked or whatever, because he just kept bringing up the whole. He kept bringing up my the Red Sonja video, and he's like, "You saved me from buying that." He's like, "They could have put some panties on or something." You start when you're trying to review it and it keeps popping up every time, you start to feel like a perv after a while.
Just embrace it.
No, I'm not. There's some hardcore guy. So
that guy was cool. I met him. I talked to him.
I'm just glad he wasn't wearing shades inside.
Next time.
But I was looking forward to hanging out with you and Michael again. So I'm glad. Because Ed, did you hang out with them that much last year?
Not last year, no.
Yeah. Because we really got to know you guys last year, and I was really excited. I was telling Tony earlier today when I talked to him on the phone. I was a little worried because Michael had said to me, he's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about like having a password. If you come up to me, I'm gonna, when you say it, I'll give you this." And I was worried like no one was gonna go up to him.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have all these fences. And I asked him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got rid of a whole bunch already." And I was like, "Oof, I'm glad I didn't say that."
Yeah, Michael, I said whirly bird to you, and I didn't even get a fucking fence, man. I'll tell you, Jesus.
I didn't even know the password, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll give you one before we leave," and I forgot all about it. And I think he gave them all out.
Well, we were busy carrying all this shit for Punk, from
that's right.
in 9,000-degree sunshine in Augusta, carrying.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm surprised that stuff didn't melt on the way to the car,
right?
I'm just surprised that we got by all those weeds that were coming up out of the ground.
The Walking Dead florist.
Dude, they easily could have filmed an episode of The Walking Dead right there.
Oh yeah,
there's Mike. Mike's gonna mail some out.
Oh sweet.
He can probably. Mike. He's not far from you. You can probably drive him over.
He's not far enough to drive. It
Well,
costs more in gas than to mail me that damn fence.
How far does he live from you?
5 hours.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
I thought New York's small.
He lives closer to Travis. But...
Yeah, but no one wants to go see Travis.
No. Not fucking Moody.
Yeah, not not fucking Moody. Ronnie Trick Shot. I was so I had no idea you were going. Adam, I had figured out because of Tony. I didn't know you were going. I kind of thought Adam was going to be going with his wife if he was going. It didn't really dawn on me that you would be going there too.
Well, he did go with his wife. It's his other wife.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's his Joe wife.
It's his Joe wife.
Yeah. I'm the husband. I'm the one that snores.
Oh.
Oh, I wish he was here to tell that. He was so aggravated when I was. Were you there when I asked him about that, Ed?
I wasn't there.
I asked him something about, why'd you sleep on the plane? He's like, ugh. He's like, well, I'm 6'3" or whatever. Do you know what it's like? When this guy's out, he doesn't even care. He's passed out and he snores like crazy. He's like, his head hits the pillow. He's out in 5 minutes, and all I hear is snoring. So I haven't slept in like 48 hours.
Yep. Just doing the world a favor, making Adam grumpy. He's funny when he's grumpy.
So here we got another picture with Carson, our fake moderator.
I was really surprised that he remembered that from last year. I was really surprised.
I'm not, because it's probably the stupidest question for a photo ever. Hey, you kind of look like our moderator. Would you take a picture with us? Because he can't be.
I'm surprised he didn't say, I sure am getting that a lot this year, because I referenced Matthew when I saw him at Toylanta too.
But he probably doesn't think that he looks like him.
Like, I gotta send this to Matthew Matson, and he was like, "Oh, Matthew Matson, I heard that one."
Oh, really? See, he probably doesn't realize that Matthew's the moderator.
Oh, he may not. He may not then.
But then again, Matthew, have you told him yet?
You guys have got
maybe that's why Carson's
together.
really not going to JoeFest or DFW because he doesn't want to have to compete. With
that's right. He said he's got COVID. That's right. I was like, damn, I want a picture of Carson and Matthew together. That sucks.
Funny story about Carson. I found out last year that his brother and I in the same unit together.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Oh look.
Oh, of
he
course
knows
he
who I am.
He's kind of a big deal, man.
He's kind of a big deal.
Well, he did put you in his book, right?
It's true. 6 degrees of separation.
Did Carson say when Wave 1 of Operation Recall is coming out? That's a convoluted question and answer.
We got the answer. I don't remember all the details of the left and right and all that, but
yeah, he's super stoked about that.
One day, how about that? I don't. They have like what 50 figures that they're doing, and they want them to come out in waves of 4.
19, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
20. It's 19 for year 1 with a 20th figure as a special figure if you get all 19. And then he'll go into year 2.
Okay.
Crazy.
So this is a smoking corner, and I don't know. I'm not a smoker. I think smoking smells bad enough to begin with. Then you add 98-degree heat and all that humidity.
Crazy. Yeah,
it is
humidity down there was brutal.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
No
one invited you over to the smoking corner. You come over there yourself, and then you're like everybody else. Boy, that smoke smells. Well, get the fuck out of here then.
No. I come to see my friends.
It didn't help that Savage was smoking some cigarillos or whatever the hell he was smoking. So,
well, I think whatever Shane smokes, it just lingers there because it's like the worst smell ever. And then Dave has that awful fucking cigar. I think he was smoking. That was killing me at the pool.
Oh yeah, he had the little cigarillos too.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. Toyamic says, "Did anyone see Sarge being carried?"
Oh yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
he come right by us. I saluted him, and he just went.
Yeah, he brushed right up against me, and I thought maybe he just stumbled. Yeah. And then I realized, oh, he stumbled all right, and he stumbled like.
That wasn't a stumble. That was.
Yeah. And
he was guiding him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
His knees were knocking together.
He got around the corner by one of the desks or something under the stairs, and he had that handler against that desk.
Yeah, his handler is not big enough to handle him when he's
no.
My son was sitting over there. He said when Sarge come by him, he even smiled and winked at him.
Well, was it Adam that had just gotten off the elevator? I think someone had just gotten off the elevator or coming down that hall, and they're like, "Dude, Sarge is so drunk," and we're like, "Oh, we know. He just went right by."
I think it was Adam.
Yeah. I think so.
But yeah, just crazy. Terrence here, who Terrence didn't have a wagon this year, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yep.
I didn't see the wagon. I saw someone else with the wagon.
He had it 2 times. I saw him on Saturday with the wagon.
Oh wow!
It was loaded up
with the wagon.
It was a lot harder to move a wagon this year, I thought.
Oh yeah.
So there we all are. This is again. We pretty much took over these tables for most of the days, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's the omnibus. Look how big that thing is compared to big old war chest right there. It's like what, a quarter the size of the table there, maybe more. GI Bro was weird because he kept going in the corner doing curls with it, and we're like, dude, come on.
He's like, this book ain't heavy. What are you guys talking about?
I did not post this picture of Miguel on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know how I missed it because I'm like, I don't think I tagged him because we couldn't remember. He couldn't remember his own Instagram name.
Right?
It's GI Jamaican.
GI Jamaican.
Oh yeah.
Someone else remembered it, and they're like, I think it might have actually been Tony who actually remembered something for once.
It was Tony, actually. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Miguel's awesome. Like
Miguel's great.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Miguel is awesome. He's a really good friend of mine.
And he's so much fun. Like he's only there like, I think we only saw him one day. I didn't see him
only there for Saturday this year, I think, or in part of Sunday.
He was there. Yeah, Saturday, and then he left.
We saw him right. Were you there when we saw him right before he left, Punk? When he had his Air Eagle.
Yes, because I asked him I asked him how he got. I'm like, they said they were sold out. He's like, I asked for the one in the case.
Yeah,
there you go.
He was giving me shit about how little I bought at JoeFest this year, and I said, well, not everybody gets to walk up and tell somebody to take something out of the case so they can buy
it. So on either Thursday or Friday, I think it was Friday, we thought he was in the bar, and none of us wanted to say anything. And then when we saw him, I think I instantly realized that other guy was not him.
Yes. Yeah.
But there was another big black guy that looked very similar to him, but that guy was more chunky, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was chunkier.
So the moment I'm like, that's Miguel. I'm like, that other guy was not Miguel.
Every time
then
I
you tell
saw
Miguel, and he goes, "Oh, you think all of us big black guys look the same?"
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I saw him, he
don't
had
Worcester.
he had that smile every time I saw him.
Oh yeah.
Did anyone else talk to Patrick Stewart?
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck's that guy?
So you did not.
I said hi. I didn't have any conversation.
You mean Patrick, not Picard Stewart?
Yes, Patrick, not Picard Stewart. He's awesome. Like I didn't get to talk to him that much. I talked to him for a little bit, but not as much as I did last year. Like the last day, I talked to him for like an hour when I was trying to go to bed so I could leave in the morning. But yeah, he was a lot of fun. So. But like these guys, it's weird because when I was talking to him and Firefly, I don't know if Firefly's in here. I was talking to them upstairs, and what I kind of gathered from them is that because they all started going to JoeCon, then it moved into JoeFest, they look at like JoeFest is more like a swap meet. And they look at Assembly Required as the social event, and those were like all the guys upstairs. And I feel like all of us downstairs, or the majority of us, we're like the YouTubers and like the new generation of like that. And we started going there, and we see it completely opposite. That it's like the social meet, like the social meeting, not so much of a swap meet. Charlotte, like you probably talked to him. Do you kind of get the same feeling?
Yeah, well, the thing with Assembly Required is the show floor is so much smaller. I mean, Punk, you're going to be. I know I've told you about it a couple of times, but it is so much smaller. Like it's not even comparable to JoeFest.
Is my head going to fit in this?
Might have to grease you up to get you through the doors. No,
I need to bring a shoehorn to get it in.
I mean, the show's fantastic, right? And you get to walk around, and you do get to kind of talk to everybody all at once, almost, because you're walking past them a bunch of times both days. Especially if you go early access Friday, there's only a handful of people in there, so everybody's hanging out, and then I do the dinner, and Pat does the dinner too, and so that's a big thing. And I know I tried to call you guys with Chris. Was it last year?
Yeah, that was not thought out all that well.
And so I can see that being a social aspect for those guys, because the opportunity to buy and sell and do the swaps and stuff. That doesn't really present itself at Assembly Required because they don't do a breakout at the end of the day. Everybody just kind of goes back to the hotel and hangs out in the lobby.
Is it kind of the same? I mean, obviously on a smaller scale, but is it the same concept? Everyone's just kind of in the lobby.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like that. Like that's why I got the room at the Hilton that connects to the convention center this year, which I'm excited about because I'll be able to hang out longer. Because the last 2 years I've stayed at other hotels and I've had to leave. At a fairly reasonable time to get back to the hotel, especially with my sons with me. I don't want to leave them there all night or anything. But the Hilton lobby, the Hilton bar area turns into just like JoeFest. It's just like that.
But you kind of saw like the upstairs, and it was like this last year too. But when I was talking to them, they're like, "Well, I see this more as like a swap meet, and something required is way more socialization." I was like, I don't see that at all. But I'm not there to buy like the vintage stuff, Like we were there to meet everyone. I mean, even last year, right? So
and I can see that. I can see both sides for both shows because
So then we got Ray Murphy. There's Tony. He doesn't remember this because he remembers nothing. I was beat this day. I remember when I sat down, I was beat, man. I was absolutely beat. This was the night I think I went upstairs and passed out in the bedroom for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
This was the picture where we were wearing the same shirts we wore last year. A picture of us in the same shirts.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
So we noticed Darren was wearing the same shirt. And then Ray's like, "Can I look through the book?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that's what it's there for, right? It's pictures. Why wouldn't it?" And he's like, "I'm wearing the same shirt." So we made them take a picture together. So Sherlock, don't feel bad.
Next year you'll be in the picture too.
Yeah, it'll be the three of us. Yeah.
I noticed that I was wearing the same shoes, and I didn't take it. Oh, you know what I didn't get? Darren, did you take the "Oh no" picture?
Yes.
I need those.
I'll send it to you.
Here's Anthony. He was asking about you, Ed, trying to figure out who you are on Facebook. I'm like, he doesn't have Facebook.
Oh,
only Instagram. He found me somehow and friended me, and we were chatting today.
I can't believe he has a business that he's running. He doesn't have Instagram and everything else.
That blew my mind.
He's like, I'll have to look into getting that stuff.
and the little bunker that he made was really cool.
Yeah.
It was like it was like the old Cobra battle bunker. It said JoeFest on the front. Used magnets to hold the guns in place. And I don't think it was 3D printed. You didn't get one, did you, Ronnie? Because you collect.
No, I didn't get anything aftermarket, as so to speak. I was.
Those were definitely not 3D printed. I looked at yours. That's definitely not 3D printed.
Yeah, I didn't think so at all. But yeah, really cool. But he was a real nice guy. Real nice guy. There's a reason why we bonded right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100% cool dude.
TK right here. Did you see his son was like ready to, I swear his son was ready to pass out on him. Like he was just like right up against him. Like he's like, why don't you go up to the room? But yeah, it's amazing how like, did you have anyone come up to you, Ed, that was like kind of skittish to talk to you? And
no, I'm not a big deal.
Well, I know, but still.
He doesn't have a Facebook, so he's only half a big deal.
That's right. I don't have that mean look on my face all the time like you do, Larry.
Not all the time. Hillbilly Harper.
I was sad I didn't get to meet him. He wasn't there Sunday.
I was just happy that I didn't burn in flames when he told me that the two most important people in his life are his wife and the man upstairs. And I went, I am the wrong person to be talking to. Well, actually, my son would be the wrong person to be talking to. Real nice guy though.
I love Hillbilly. I love him.
Yeah. I looked for him, and I missed him Saturday, and I'm like, oh shit, Eric Harper's here. And Sunday I asked, and they were like, oh no, he's not here today. I was like, damn it, I missed him again.
He said to me, he said, the two most important people, my wife and the man upstairs, and I'm really trying to avoid 3 stars. So if you see him, don't let him know I'm here. I'm like,
Right.
He's probably at the pool already.
Should have asked when he said the man upstairs. You should ask him what room he was in.
No shit.
Speaking of your son, did you give your son his nunchucks?
No, they're right here. He hasn't even noticed them. They were downstairs, but the kid doesn't notice anything. I can put him on his bed and we can wake up and he wouldn't notice anything there.
Ahoy!
I got his stickers over here.
He's the reason why we know about the whip.
Jono, good work.
And well, Ron, we're going off. We were going off, and there's like this older gentleman like sitting at the table with us. And I'm like, this guy's probably looking at us like, what a bunch of assholes. And then he goes, that's my dad.
Yeah, we took his dad. Yeah. What a legend.
And then he shook my hand. So
shout out to Jono's dad.
Yeah. And then here's everyone. Oz is back there. We got Savage Land. Shane just left. Yeah, Corey photobombed, and I noticed. I'm like, Corey, don't think I didn't notice that you photobombed us.
Is that not Shane next to me in the very back?
Yeah, that looks like Shane back there.
Okay. Yeah, but Shane just disappeared.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like before the picture. I'm like, no, that's him. Okay.
No, he's in the picture, and Darren's like, I don't know, like shooting at someone. I don't know.
It looks like someone what I was doing.
I think this is the only picture I got with Oz in it. Believe it or not.
Was this in the morning before we went to breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
I was like, Tony and I don't have beers in front of us, so it's got to be some other time than nighttime.
Yeah.
Something must stink over by me. I don't know.
He is making a gas face. You sure
are. Mark to Toys. Mark to Toys is awesome. Anyone else talk to him?
A little bit.
No.
Me and Mike did for a while at the grindhouse table.
Yeah. That's
they got cool stuff. They got cool stuff.
That packaging for that new line is incredible, man.
Yeah. If you remember, old enough to remember Blockbuster and any type of video store, that's
yeah.
Well, I actually did talk to that guy.
Their cards are laminated like old video rental cards. Their cards must have cost them a fortune.
Oh yeah,
that Mickey Mouse figure is fucking hilarious.
Everybody's talking about that Mickey Mouse figure.
Yeah,
so he wasn't even supposed to be there. And then the guy hit him up and he's like, "Hey, he's like, if you can fly out, I got a place for you and everything. But I need help at the booth." So he flew out. So he was like super excited that he was able to fly out, like last minute notice, but he wasn't even supposed to be there. And there they are. There's the nunchucks.
So good.
Love it.
So the story behind the nunchucks was, I don't think it was on the stream when I had Plastic Fantastic on, but I think Michael had shown me. He sent me a video. Oh, you know what it was?
I think it was on the stream.
It was on the stream because he showed it. They were in the video in the background or something.
Well, I thought it was maybe when he was showing me the wheels and how soft and spongy the tires were. And I'm like,
because I remember the moment.
Was it okay? I just remember going like,
yeah, Tony
what
can't
is
remember
that?
Tony can't remember anything, Derek, but Punk's got a great memory.
I remember it happening. I don't remember where it was. If you don't know, I do a lot of YouTube. It's hard for me to remember what I do on what day anymore.
Cut him some slack, Ed. He does a lot of YouTube.
I know he does. He's kind of a big deal.
Like, there's all the pieces of my stuff they're carrying.
I love that he just stopped his truck in the middle of the damn road and left the door open and jumped out.
That was great.
This is Rob, G.I. Joe Customs on Instagram. Yeah, he just stopped, but it's not like he was stopping traffic or anything.
No.
But you can see all the pieces of it. That's all the stuff that Michael gave me. Really, the one big thing he wanted to give me before, but it was just too expensive to ship out. So,
wow, everybody kind of photobombed that picture in some way too.
Well, you guys always supposed to be in it.
It's amazing though that we're all carrying Larry's shit and his hands are empty enough to take a fucking selfie.
That's a good point.
Well, he is kind of a big deal.
See? So where's Rich at? God damn it, Rich. So this is the casual collector. So this was Sunday, and him and like 6 people were taking a picture, and you were going right around the booth. And I stopped, letting everyone take their picture, and then once they took the picture, I started walking, and Rich goes, "See, everyone doesn't know who you are." And as he's finishing, he goes, "Hey, a punk with toys." And I look back at Rich and I go, "I wish you had that one on video." Because it was timed perfect. But yeah, the casual collector, they grabbed me and they knew who I was. Who I am. I apologize. I don't remember. Does anyone? There were so many people. That's why some people need name tags. I don't.
Chicken butt.
I know it should be mandatory. Everybody walks around a name tag like Mike Vegeta did.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, if you're in chats and stuff a lot, I think that's a good idea.
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, for sure.
I'd do it.
It'd be great for pictures where I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Hello, my
Who's
name
this
is
guy in the middle?
I'm straight carrying that giant book around my neck too. For real, I was like, damn.
I can see the pain in your eyes.
For real. Well, Pop come up behind me and he was up against, so I pushed the book around front and I was just like, what the fuck? I'm fucking crowded here.
See, G.I. Bro saying that was hilarious. I mean, honestly, yeah, when he said it, the moment he finished, he says, "Hey, you're a punk with toys," and I'm just like, we shared that one on video.
Look who's photobombing you in that picture behind.
It was Loki, yeah.
Yeah, Loki's back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the purple guys.
Yeah, purple gang.
I noticed that just now too, Ed.
What is all that purple gangbang stuff? What is that? I don't even know what it is. I have no idea.
They do a podcast. They're mostly Mythic Legions guys. I mean, predominantly. So, yes, we saw your shirt on Saturday, Joe Hunter, but not on Friday.
Wasn't that Dan Cleansmith? Looks like him clean shaven.
Don't think so.
I don't know. Where's Tony? Tony would know.
That's not Dan.
That's definitely not.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't.
Matthew's correcting you, Orchest.
What?
Gang, not gang.
No.
No.
I like it better War Chest's way.
No, War Chest only knows it because that's how I keep saying it.
That's so right.
It's the only reason why War Chest, I think, knows it.
Somebody was trying to explain it to me, and I didn't really. I was like, I don't follow, man. I don't understand all this purple bullshit, whatever.
Yeah.
There's Michael and Derek and myself and the white Mexican. So how white is Tony, guys?
Pretty
I
white.
sent you guys a reel about how white Tony is today.
That actually looks like that could be some kind of diagram of whiteness in that picture.
Plastic Fantastic. Gangbang was correct in this case. We weren't supposed to tell anyone in your Taylor Swift shirt.
Tristan, everybody gets along there. There's no cliques
Yeah.
or tribes. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that know each other and always have, but
Yeah.
if you walked up and said hi to somebody, they're not going to be like,
Yeah.
"Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty
no,
much. It's
no.
chill.
Sit in a spare seat if you want. They'll chat to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was. I mean,
all of us on screen hung out together because we know each other,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how everybody is. But
you know,
Yeah, I met some new people too. You know,
Yeah, for
hung
sure.
out, talked to them for a
Yeah.
little while.
I
but-
met your whole Discord. I don't remember any of their names except for you and Miguel, but I met them all.
Yeah.
so there's always going to be cliques. Like
Yeah,
there's
there
just
is.
people that you click with. I mean, but there wasn't any animosity towards anyone.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's all pretty cool.
Well, maybe Indy, but you just don't talk to him. Ace once again. Let's get to the end. I know you guys are like
Those are in Messenger too. The ones you asked for.
Oh,
Facebook.
there's
Gaz.
Howe and Gaz, and I forget this guy's name.
Matthew Comstock.
Comstock.
Yeah.
And I hear the name all the time. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, he is
I
a
mean,
good dude.
Yeah, he seemed real nice. Very quiet though, like really quiet. Not like Hans, that's for sure.
Hans is a talker, man. Hans will talk.
Yeah.
Hans is funny, man.
I wouldn't
Hans
call Matthew quiet. It's just that Hans is loud.
He just seemed quiet, like he kind of like, at least like every time I'd seen, because I remember seeing him. I believe he was there last year too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was babysitting Hans. Let's be honest.
Well, Hans has to be loud because he walks around with that fake accent all the time, so he's got to make sure he hears it.
Hans started doing a different accent, and I'm like, that's not how you talk. Ben from Skeletron, this guy, anyone else talk to him?
Yep.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a cool guy. He was getting lit up Saturday, man. Woo.
Oh, well, that's why he has the sunglasses on.
Yep.
So when he came down in the morning, he had sunglasses, and he had sunglasses on for one reason. Because his eyes were bloodshot. I didn't see his eyes, but yeah, he was fucking toasted.
That's right in front of the awesome Super 7 stand as well.
Yeah, they had so much there.
Ronnie, did you?
Did anyone tell Frenchie that Blue Jeans? No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
He didn't want to get cracked. Nobody wanted to get cracked by the whip, so we just avoided that.
He was very tall. He was surprising how tall he is.
Oh,
yeah,
I
was
knew that he
too.
was tall.
I'd never seen him before. I didn't even recognize him until it was pointed out.
I got to bounce, dudes. Have a good night.
All right,
dude.
Derek, see you later.
Hey, man.
Thanks, man.
Good
Take it
seeing
easy.
you.
We really didn't get to hang out with John after, because he wasn't at the hotel.
Yeah,
But-
he said he was going to come down one night, but he didn't. I think Saturday and then Sunday. It was like, oh yeah, we went and ate and got back late, and I was hoping he would have come down to the bar and hung out for a while.
Well, both his daughters were there, and his wife, his wife's uncle passed away, so she had to go to the Philippines to be for the funeral. So he's like, at the end of that one day, he's like, I think it was this day, right? I gotta get this food.
Yeah, they had a clamshell of strawberries he had for him, and they weren't having it.
This was when I asked Darren. I went, "Did we take a picture together?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You tagged me," and I'm like, "Let's take another picture," because I looked at those pictures of the book so many times to get signatures. Everything just started kind of blending together. And quickly,
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Kiwi GI Customs, the $349 in New Zealand, saying "Yo Joe." There's Roman whining. Kiwi, you got to come out one day, man. Bring your crazy brother that we can't understand.
Now that would be awesome.
So this was, God, what was it? 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This was early in the morning.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the background back there talking to Loki and Dave.
Yeah, you were over there.
Poplar and I were up above you guys doing a
live streaming.
Do a live.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, Pop's right there. I can see him.
Oh yeah.
That's his dad.
It was right after that happened, I think.
Yeah. I came down just in time to bludge a beer, so thank you for that.
Yeah, Pop's like, we're going live right now. I'm like, I'm not going live. Like everyone, like Oz asked, I'm like, no fucking, like, that's the last thing I want to do is go live at this fucking show. You know, like I'm like, yeah, I want to do interviews, but you get there and it's like the last thing I want to do is spend time what I do here now, right?
I know the last 2 years I keep telling myself I gotta take pictures. I didn't take shit for pictures.
Yeah, me.
The pictures I don't do that anywhere else. Like I don't do it at the skate park or anything. And even like when I try and skate every year on my birthday, I forget to take pictures. Here I have no problem. You know,
I don't take pictures. I don't need to take pictures. I just steal all your guys's anyway. So
yeah, but Tony mentioned to me today. He's like, we didn't take any pictures together. He's like, we're in a whole bunch of pictures together. He goes, and I go, I was going through the pictures and I noticed that too.
Yeah, we should have taken a roomy picture.
The three of us didn't take it. Oh no, we only did at the restaurant.
Oh yeah, that's it.
But yeah, getting to meet Mikey was awesome. Ray, Ray, I almost said it again. Ray Murphy.
Yep.
Such a good guy. Like, brought his whole family, and now they're in Orlando right now.
Yep.
Actually, they're going to Universal. They weren't going to Disney.
Universal. Okay.
Yeah. I said Disney earlier. I thought it is Universal.
Yeah. Like I always say Disney too when we go down to Orlando, but we do both every time we've gone. So.
Yeah, I was really surprised, man. Mikey was a cool dude. I wasn't sure.
Like I said, I wasn't sure, but just Jeff.
I didn't. Online, he never acts like a dick, but I didn't know if he was going to be like,
but
open to conversate or anything.
Yeah, you don't really know.
That's kind of was kind of how I was approaching it too. I wasn't sure, but yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, very talented family. Yes.
Yeah,
but no, that's what just Jeff had told me, man. Like he's like, no, you gotta talk to him. Brandon, I'm saying Mikey will be at DFW tomorrow with his dad. That's pretty wild. Yeah, and Random, you got to talk to him. You'll enjoy chatting with them.
If I wasn't walking around the floor at JoeFest, I was over there with Mikey and John and Troy.
You see that shirt there?
Yeah, is that a V-neck?
I love the fact that your wife threw you under the bus.
It's funny because she said he's hard to shop for, but really he's easy. Could just buy a multicolored pack of V-necks. He's golden.
That's all I ask. That's all I
ask. Isn't Epic Universe part of Universal? I thought it was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're going to be there for like a week. I'm going to guess they're going to do all of it. But I thought Epic Universe was part of Universal.
Punk, are you trying to correct Matthew?
No, I said I thought.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Just making sure.
No.
I'm sure he's dumping a message in our mod.
He's been my moderator almost from the beginning. Do you think I know not to correct him? Right? Like when he told me about how I shouldn't push out so many videos.
That's right. That's 3 a day. 3 a day.
Yeah, Sherlock says I don't like change.
Oh, Steve.
This is the first one. Steve, yeah. Steve seemed to be he was more secluse, I think, this year. He stayed behind the table a lot.
I don't know how much you guys have heard, but I think he had some personal stuff going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know if that had to do with it. But yeah, he was Oops. Fred Murphy says Epic Universe is owned by Universal. I know because I walked the backside for 12 hours yesterday. But it's part. But I thought it was part of. I mean, I don't know. I'll find out next year when I go.
You need to take a Roman break there and play Moss Man. He sounds like he's about to pop.
He's fine. He went out right before. Stop.
He's fine.
Right?
Yeah, stop.
Mike, shut up. You're fine.
All right. This is just for you and Stanley. All right. I put this in just for you guys, Darren. All right.
Good.
Club Tarkin. All right. I got this, I think, because Loki posted it. There's all the Club Tarkin shirts. Was that everyone?
I need one.
Yeah, that was everybody.
Adam's not in there.
Yeah, he had wandered off. I mean, there were a couple.
Me and Adam
people
were already
that
at the
were
bar at
hanging
this
out.
point in time.
Yeah. Stu,
You're lucky you're in that
chat.
photo, Stanley, with that damn hat you got on.
Go the Cardinals.
But yeah, you know what? I mean, it was fun. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah, it all come together. I put something in a private chat there if you want to see that.
So I don't think I told you about this. I told somebody. So I think the lady that took the picture, and she says you're probably not going to thank me when you see the picture. She took about 10 pictures, and they were all awful. And she was doing it, and then she did like an 8-second video, and they were all awful. Like,
I missed the staircase photo this year.
That's because you brought your wife.
This was like 2:15 in the morning.
This was late as fuck.
Yeah,
I figured.
I'd already been to bed and woken up by that point.
That's true.
But yeah, this was I think it's something we had to do every year.
Yeah.
So that was the staircase, and then this was the last night that we went out.
So Baldy and Moody in the background.
This whole time they were there and we didn't know it.
Oh, they were in the back booth and we had no idea. That's amazing.
Do you remember when you guys were trying to leave and I'm like, I'm doing something right now?
Yes.
I was cutting them out to put them in the fucking picture.
You showed me on your phone and I was like, what? What am I seeing? And then in the corner, I was like, oh, that's beautiful.
He had to point it out to me. I was looking at like the table and he was like, over there in that corner. Who's in that corner? I was like, oh, shit.
Ridiculous. So Warchest, did you tell everybody about how you got stopped by the parade of cars for like 30 or 40 minutes? So you were sitting at the turn in to the hotel, but the cops blocked you from turning because there was a parade of classic cars for like 40 minutes.
And Charlotte was behind me.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. I was just sitting out here for 40 minutes, just fucking off, I guess. It wasn't even like a real parade, just a bunch of assholes with cars. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it was
I remember
weird.
correctly, Charlotte said he could see you getting visibly angry.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Well,
I believe that.
After the parade, Warchest pulled up and I was at the stop sign. So I was like, and he just sat there for about 10 minutes and I was sitting there because I couldn't go anywhere either. I thought about honking him, but I didn't want to get shot.
Well, Pop, wasn't it you that said you tried crossing the street? And the police...
the police officer had to get on his bullhorn or whatever and tell me and another guy that it was okay for us because the last thing I wanted to do was get a jaywalking ticket in Augusta, Georgia. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for the crosswalk to tell me, and you guys know it goes, wait.
Wait.
It's really loud. And so I'm like, okay. And so we saw one cycle go through, and then the other cycle go through, and then the next cycle go through. And I'm looking at this guy across from me, and he's holding something. It looked like a diorama or something like that. He's holding something. And I look at him, and he looks at me, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And so then I'm motioning to him like, is it okay to cross? I don't know. We're yelling at each other. And then the cop sitting in his car who's waiting on the parade that morning then says, you in the black shirt. And he looks up. Are you trying to cross? Which way you're trying to go? I thought he was coming my way. He actually was just literally on the same side of the freaking road, just trying to cross. And I'm like, I'm going that way. And he goes, you in the white shirt or whatever, you're okay. So we both cross at the same time, but it was the weirdest thing because the lights didn't work. It never came up to tell you that it was okay to cross. And again, I don't want a ticket in Augusta that I have to pay for or show up to court for in 2 months.
Especially when you're sitting there, it's like there's a cop sitting there.
Yeah, there's a cop. So you don't want to do the wrong thing. I know that one main street where like the shopping and the bars are, we went to eat. That one main street, it's kind of like, hey, there's not a lot of traffic. You just kind of run across, you know, and probably nothing's going to happen. But when you're sitting there with a cop sitting there, you're just kind of apprehensive, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just stand here for 7 or 8 minutes. Waiting on this
melting in the fucking heat.
Oh God. Yes. Because by that time, right, even if you get up to go do breakfast, by that time, yeah, it starts getting pretty freaking hot. You know, there's
that if the sun is out and there's no clouds, it is brutal.
Yeah.
That's like when we walked to lunch, you know, we had that breeze coming down through the buildings. It was all right.
On the way there.
As we turned I got out of the wind, it was just awful.
Yes.
Yeah,
brutal.
I went kayaking in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's just that you didn't end up divorced like most of us on the screen.
Right. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? You know, you're like, okay, honey, I brought you to this thing, and I know you're really not into it, but hey, I'll go white river or river rafting with you.
It wasn't bad, like you said in the morning. It wasn't bad. There was a little bit of a breeze. There was clouds in the sky, and then on the way back, the sun came out and it just cooked me, man.
And then we were out at the pool, and his wife throws him under the bus again and says that he couldn't keep up with her.
Yeah, she had no problem throwing you under the bus.
No. I am seriously reconsidering asking my wife to come in 2 years. Next year is the last year that my son can go with me before he goes off to the military and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I told my wife, I was like, I'd like you to come down here 1 year. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I was like, you're just going to go to the hotel and everything if you get bored. Now, I don't know about bringing her.
What's funny is last year, a couple of guys from the Discord came and they brought their wives, and they were hanging out with us the whole time, and they would go off and do their own thing here and there. And then I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, you should come next year," because her birthday was on Sunday. So I was like, "Hey, you should come next year. You know, you can hang out, you can meet the other wives, and maybe you guys can go do something." And so she was looking forward to that. And as we got closer and closer, the people who were bringing their wives, plans started to change, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Now, if my wife comes down there, my daughter will go with us too. But sorry, Punk, my daughter's 14 and she's already as tall as you.
It's another
his daughter's taller than him, so it's okay.
Remember, and she'll make a deal about it though.
Everyone does. My daughter tries to, and she's still shorter than me.
Darren, I got a birthday card from Olivia Punk's daughter, and the joke in there was about how short Punk was. So,
damn,
brutal.
Wow, and it's your birthday card. Like that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was Ed playing with action figures, and I was in there, and some sort of comment about that being my dad.
Yeah, the short one that fits in.
So it was Ed's card playing with Axion figs.
That's right.
Is that what it was?
Axion figs.
Axion. I have a question for everybody though. Was there anything that you saw that you didn't pick up that you reasonably could have that you wish you had of now?
Freaking Robo Skull. I just don't have one.
I'm talking about the Skeletron when I can't afford the originals. Them damn things.
That's what I meant.
$50.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
That's not my thing, but yeah, I don't have one either yet. I want one too.
There was a few things that when you go up to the booths and you're talking to them or you're getting stuff, they don't even tell you that they've got that shit for sale.
Yeah, that was I'm with you. Go ahead, man.
If I'd have known that they had the Skeletron, I probably would have bought one while I was there. And if I'd known Ace had extra chargers, I probably would have bought another charger there. But I had no idea until it was.
I didn't know he had chargers.
I didn't know he had them.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He said he wasn't bringing that much product with him. I didn't know he had ones for actual sale.
Yeah,
they sure weren't advertised.
His booth was much smaller this year, or like he didn't have. Because the only thing that he showed off was the second wave of Aces of Aviation.
3030.
3030 looked dope,
yeah,
man.
330. Yeah.
He did look cool. And
did you guys?
The Aces look badass, man. They look
yeah.
Michael Ironside.
That 3030 was badass.
3030 is great. Oh, Charlotte, what about you?
No, I mean, I didn't really go in looking for anything specific. I got a bunch of 3D printed shit for customs. I wasn't really looking around for anything specific. So it seemed like the stuff that I was kind of interested in was a little bit higher price this year than it was last year. At least that's what it felt like. Like I'm always looking for loose figures, for custom fodder, and they seemed like they were a little bit higher price this year. I don't know why that was.
There's a lot of high price loose figures there this year. I was surprised.
Yeah. So I just kind of I did pick up a Tiger Force Dusty because he was like, I don't know, $8. I was like, and it was in box, and he was loose in another booth for $20 in the bag. I'm like, I don't understand that. But
wait, what?
Yeah.
There was some big discrepancies I saw and stuff like that.
There were some. I saw some stuff that was like, and I get it. Do you want to pay the impatience tax on Darklon or Blowtorch or whoever? But I'm like, some people selling it for $40. I'm like, I just got the email today while I'm there. I got the email today. Why am I going to pay that?
I saw that. I did see Darklon on a peg on somebody's booth, and I was like, oh, somebody's got a Darklon. And I out of that wave, that one was the one that I probably would have picked up. But at $40, I was like,
nah.
Well, hell, Toy
Federation
a
couple of Vanguards
for
for 200, and they're on Bobby's site for 125. So,
hey, Sherlock, if you would have just asked, you could have. I'd have let you see Darklon in person and everything. I had him down there with me.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I only saw you like twice, man. I saw you like twice, I think.
Well, anyone want to answer James' question here?
Jumped on land. Any exciting action figure lines coming out in the future? That is not a question for me. No, that's a question for all of you guys.
And there's some new shit coming out for the Monster Force stuff, and then what's the Grindhouse Toys one called?
World War Hell.
World War Hell.
Yeah,
that was fun. That's really cool. I had a guy in a back alley try to sell me a Dark Loin figure, and I was like, "No, dude, I ain't into that shit." But that's a whole different ball game.
That's not what War Chest told me.
Yeah, it was War Chest that sent him to you. So.
It's already dark in his room there.
So I wanna ask Punk and Ed and Aaron, what about you guys? Is there anything that you wanted?
What was that?
That was my son.
I only went for. My whole plan was just to pre-order the Operation Monster Force exclusive and then get the exclusive eraser figure, and I took care of both of those. So I was good.
Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, I saw an issue 144 of the original A-Ra run of the comic selling for $20, and I balked at that price. As the show went on, I I picked up a whole bunch more comics to the point where I now only need 144 and 155 for the original run. And I went back to find that 144 and it was gone. So
that's not a bad price on 144.
I think I sold that for way more than that.
Yeah, that's a good price for that one. Punk, what about you?
The only thing that I really wanted that I didn't buy was the Not Skyhawk.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
I walked around enough to where it was finally sold out, so I went by.
Oh, damn it. That sucks.
Again, we know Hasbro's gonna make one. I already don't have enough room as it is.
Yeah.
It is just really nice.
Even I grabbed it, and I it was not my plan, but I was in line with War Chest, and we're talking about it, and you, War Chest, you told me, you said, I don't want the Tiger Force one. It just locks you in, and you can't. And then he's in front of me, and he's like, I'll take one of each. I'm like, wait, what the hell? Wait, what are you doing? Wait, what did you just say? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, and then they're like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you? It's like, what do you want, little boy? And I'm like, I'll take the green one.
Yeah, so Darren has one. Like I have a Tiger Force one here to review. That's going to Jeremy.
I went back.
That's great.
I went back and
it's sitting over here. The box is right here. I just haven't put it together yet.
The one for Crow, and was looking at the box, and of course I saw him.
Ooh, Ratchet.
War Chest
listen to that.
had his, so I went back Saturday morning. I made my mind up, and I'm like, well, I wanted the green one. I'm like, I got to go back and get a green one.
Yeah, I bought it that first day we were there. I got Carson Metaxas's book, and I walked around with it for an hour and a half and wrecked my body for the whole weekend. That was stupid. But then,
picking up 3. I went back. I told a buddy of mine that I picked it up, and it was really badass. I sent pictures of it from my hotel room where I put it together, and he's like, give me one tomorrow. I was like,
Darren, what size batteries are there? They're like watch batteries. Do you know which ones?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't even looked into putting batteries in it.
Okay. It's the tiny little round ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's like 40, 11 sizes. Yeah. So, all right. I'll look it up.
I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
Give me a second. I got the box right here.
Okay. Yeah. See, I hadn't had a chance to go through it and look at the.
It says on the instructions.
I've got a big pack of those batteries here, and I'm hoping that it's in the pack that I've already got, so I don't have to go buy them.
Tristan, that is actually injection molded plastic. It's not 3D printed.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Matthew,
I'm gonna bail.
Later, brother.
All right,
baby.
Take care.
Thank you, brother.
See you guys.
See you, Charlotte. SCS Dog says 357-303. Those are interchangeable.
Okay.
So,
hearing aid batteries. I don't know what.
So my question for me, and I just wanted to see what everybody else, if you guys had something like that, was I should have went back and got it, but I forgot about it. Was a sealed box of G.I. Joe Shrinky Dinks.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, $25, right?
Yeah, 25.
Shrinky Dinks, $25.
Badass.
That's a good price.
I've got the Monopoly game over here because it displays awesome, and I had those Shrinky Dinks, and I was like, that's a cool as a display box, just something to have on the shelf, put figures in front of it, and I completely forgot about it. I should have bought it when we were looking at it.
Yeah, we were there together, looking at it, and it's like $25, and it's like I don't know, and
I was gonna go back. I made my mind up, but I completely forgot.
I don't think $25 is too bad for a sealed box.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but I don't want a sealed box of Shrinky Dinks.
Well, I mean,
just give me the box.
If it was an open box and actually had, some were missing, I would have done the Shrinky Dinks in the oven. Yeah. But no, I just like the display box.
Yeah,
I've got the Castle Grayskull, but I'm missing like one of the Shrinky Dinks that comes in. It's pretty cool.
Oh shit.
Darren, do you have some? The other Darren. Do you have Shrinky Dinks, Darren?
What's Airborne Customs trying to show off there?
I was going to show something that I didn't get it at JoeFest, but a lady I work with
brought them into me. She was cleaning out a house and found these. Let's see.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
And there's the ones with the stars on them, and then they numbered 1 to 10. They're old trading card or old playing cards from when it's still Hassenfeld Bros. I don't know if you can see it, but these are like 1965 playing cards.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Ed, isn't that of one of these figures you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the keychain ones that they made. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the action soldier.
Yep. Ed obviously bought a whole bunch of these, and
those keychain ones come out in 94, 95, around that time.
Speaking of
Somewhere in that area,
keychains,
yeah,
man,
95, 96, something like that.
Ronnie Trickshot made a keychain and a pin for me with my logo on it.
Oh, I thought he gave everyone my logo.
Well, why would anybody want that? So
I'm kind of
we're
small deals. We're small deals.
I'm kind of if you don't know, I have 165 subscribers on YouTube. So so I have Ronnie Trickshot made this though and gave it to me when I saw him, and I was like, dude, that's freaking cool, man. Like a pin. Gave me his card with his pins on them, but also a nice little keychain thing with my logo on it, and that takes some thought, right? Like you have to go out of your way to think about that and go, hey, let me put that logo and do it. And it's really, really nice. So thank you so much, Aaron. Like it was really awesome, really nice.
It was nice, really nice of you, man.
I try to do it from the chat, Clint, but it doesn't work usually.
That's something I need to do better with next year and everything too. Grabbing stickers and stuff from all the content creators or customizers and stuff like that, because I'm out here in my garage is where my room's going to be set up for all of my figures and stuff, and there's a mini freezer out here that I'm just starting to load it up with stickers.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me give you mine. Just reach over and grab it, because they showed up the day that we left.
Yeah, the day we left.
They got there on Friday, probably about 5 hours after we left.
I cannot believe that the content creators don't have like something to pass out, and I'm amazed that people forget. Last year I became that like a salesman. Here, take some stickers.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was passing them out. I left so many stickers on, like, I didn't do it this year. I should have, on like tables, just so people could grab them, and they were gone.
So the key is having the QR code that goes right to your channel to subscribe. That is, the stickers are great. People love them, but honestly, from what I've been told, it really is about having a QR code that somebody can scan and go right to your channel. And so if you can make that incorporate as part of your sticker, that makes it even better.
If you're too lazy to type in a punk with toys, I probably don't want you in the fucking
dude.
chat.
You don't understand that's not the way of the world these days. It literally is like people will pull their phone out and they will click on, photo or whatever camera, and they'll scan it. Just the way of the world. War chest. Am I wrong?
I'm not.
No, not at all.
It is.
Most everything that has a call to action now is just an absolute. You have to have it. But
yes.
But on top of that, like I got a buddy of mine that has like clothing lines where he takes he's a really big photographer, and he takes all these models that he shoots and he has them put on their own clothes, like sublimation onto their own clothes, and they wear them for all these different rallies and stuff. And people are like, man, I really love that. Can I have that? And he'll just pop it right off, and QR code right here, scan it. It's like built into everything that he sells. So if you want something, you want a jacket, you want a hat, there you go, right into the order form. There you go. Go buy that shit.
It sounds so ridiculous, but it really, truly is like people just want to pull their camera up and just scan.
As big of a deal as Punk, so it's worth typing his name in.
Well, that's true.
And it's not just that, like even on in my businesses, the minute you scan a QR code, the minute you fill out that form, or even if you don't, it collects your information. It automatically sends it into the CRM. It auto-populates you as a new customer, and now you're part of my marketing machine.
But as for a business, I understand. But when you're passing out stickers so people can put on, either their
sure.
Like, you don't want that. I mean, I can understand having another sticker maybe with it, but
yeah. No, I totally get you.
And believe me, I'm not discounting what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
but you're right though. Just having a logo or whatever, just for fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for like a business card, yeah. But I mean, if you can't type a punk with toys, I mean, I use some really easy words because I'm.
How do you spell that?
APWT works. Use it.
But it really is crazy though to me, like some of the people I've talked to that not only have a business but also like I've got a couple people that come into my bar who one of them, his wife is a makeup YouTube person, and so she's grown her channel, and so the first thing he told me, literally the first thing he told me when I was talking about, hey, I want to do this and whatever, he was like, even if it's business cards, staples, whatever, have a QR code and you can pass the business card out, even if somebody scans it. And, even if 30 people decide not to subscribe, if you get 2 or 3 out of 500 business cards here or there, you get, 50 or whatever. So that was the first thing he told me. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't really think of that. And the more I've talked about it, the more I find out that it's pretty common practice,
Okay. So, yeah, Clint mentioned that Charlotte was passing out those stickers, and you know what I just ignored? The QR code. Because I want a cool sticker. I don't want a fucking
no. And I hear you. I get that.
Yeah, if you just want a sticker. But like even like all my employees, like they have their own business cards and they all have their own QR code. So if they hand out a card or they network a job, it automatically goes into the CRM and automatically marks it.
That was Wolverine.
Commission on everything.
One of the ones I couldn't remember. That was Wolverine.
Yes, Wolverine. That's right. Yep.
Because I pointed him out. So don't rewatch this, and if you do, just skip when you see your picture.
just understand that it's Punk, and he doesn't remember shit. So he doesn't go through all the slides before he does the show.
I love that. I love that. Where's it at here?
I don't go through all the graphics before the show.
So, hi, it's me. I have a G.I. Joe QR code on your butt. That's fantastic, I think. Apparently it sends you to hell or something. That says more about your butt than it does the QR code.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I think he's trying to make a joke on my reading.
It is. It's a joke. It's
I did
great,
work
though.
with a guy who had your name tattooed on his butt. And that's how he used the stuff. He'd be like, I spent the weekend, I got your name tattooed on my ass. And then he like, no, you didn't. Then he showed
That's great.
The ass and it'd say your name.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think it's interesting though. Like the stickers have kind of become the new meta, even though it's been around for a while. Yeah. But it's kind of the new meta as far as like passing them out and having the logo and everything. It's easy and I assume it's not too expensive. It's not too terrible.
I'm here for it. I've collected stickers, and you know this. I've collected stickers and buttons for years and years.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's finally come full circle to stuff I've already got. So
yeah.
For you guys with YouTube channels where you're selling T-shirts and stuff, where you're actually doing that, if you guys have just a basic landing page and a Google My Business, and you guys are linking them back to it, it'll increase your SEO and your discoverability on the entire search engine network for Google. So like if you want to rank higher, you want to come up first in YouTube, you want to come up first on it
helps with your SEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all a big game.
It is.
Like really, it's all
dude, and it's about to get. Social media is about to make some major changes through Microsoft. If Charlock was here, he could even kind of tell you some of the stuff that's going through Microsoft right now. me and him had a big conversation about it because my other business, we're into automations heavily. And there's a lot of things coming through the pipe, like within the next 6 months that are going to change a lot. If you're
is that with AI or is that with
automations, AI, with the way marketing works through AI, with the way your content is delivered through SEO. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are coming.
I gotta say, I think all of us have probably noticed how much AI slop on YouTube is out there.
It is
in shorts and like videos and just voiceovers of videos and just crap. Like AI has literally thumbnails, all of it, just taken over everything.
And there's a lot of disinformation out there too, and a lot of people that call things AI and it's actually recall programs and stuff. But not to get off topic.
Yeah.
But
what was the topic again, Punk?
Joe,
bring us back around.
I think Daryl was asking a question.
What's up, Daryl?
Oh, wait, you mean D.A.R.Y.L. What movie was that? Daryl?
Oh,
do you remember that?
The little kid that was like a robot.
Yes.
Whatever happened to that kid? He was in like a few movies, wasn't he?
It's quite relevant right now.
He grew up and he had to go back in time to assassinate John Connor.
Was that what other movie was he in? He was in some other movie. Not just Daryl. There was something else he was in. No, I can't think of it. Or is that the same kid from the Never-Ending Story?
Oh, God.
Betray you!
Oh, well, while we have a little downtime, Darren, do you have any juicy info for shipping stuff that might be coming soon?
Oh,
you can tell.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can tell.
Okay.
He has lots of stuff. You just don't get to know.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm not looking to lose that NDA.
I heard that.
No. I know there's like anybody else, you've got tidbits that can come out and some that can't. So
I got nailed tonight on my card for about $390 worth of shit. So something's coming in.
Lovely.
Not for sure what.
Snake armor is supposed to
maybe.
come out.
Yeah, man.
Johnny Reno got the Rattler delivered, and he wasn't there to sign for it.
How the hell are people getting the Rattlers already?
Nobody's got notices.
Did you see?
Yeah, I got a notice.
Spec got the review.
Yeah, Specs.
Yeah.
So is it five?
He's so cool.
Specs in California.
He's awesome.
They ship from Chino, California, so anybody within a couple hours of that, they've already started getting them. Hell, I don't think they've even gotten notifications. I've been checking my FedEx like crazy.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, same.
So my blowtorch has left the building, and then I just got a shipping update for let's see, Footloose and Dark Lawn for me. So there were two, Footloose and Dark Lawn. Make sure your payment information, blah 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 blah. So and blowtorch is on the way. He's left the building. Last night, 3-star. We discussed the snake armor, right? We brought it up. We talked about it. Well, Crimson Cobra Commander decided to go and cancel his snake armor order.
Oh, that was dumb.
And he was worried it was going to get sent the next 2 weeks, and he didn't have the funds, so he canceled it, and now he's SOL.
Yeah.
I saw him make a post about it.
I'm sorry, but
lending the funds.
Yeah, you got. I told him. I said, man, look, sorry, man. Like, we talked about it, but we didn't report. We weren't reporting on it. We were just showing like an update and this and that. But he misread or misheard us on our stream last night, and he went and canceled his snake armor order, and now he's upset about it.
Yeah, I said it would probably be coming in the next 2 weeks.
Wait. Why
I'm
would he
surprised he had time to listen?
If he
to
doesn't have the money now, why is he gonna have the money?
You'd have to look up the post. I don't quite fully grasp it. I tried to, but for whatever reason, he heard us talking about it last night, and he rushed over to Pulse and he canceled his order. And And so then, 7 hours, this morning made a post about it saying, man, I'm really upset. I canceled my order and I have to pay double for it and I'm like, I don't know what happened there. Like we just talked about it. Yeah. We just talked about it,
I got to tell you that you two are the last two trustworthy news fucking sources I've used.
Hello.
Jesus. This guy doesn't know you well enough, does he?
Evidently not, because I wouldn't trust me on something regarding toys anyway. I definitely wouldn't trust me.
My shit is legit. If I say this is what I think is going to happen, that's what I say. I say if this is what's going to happen, it's because it comes from this guy over here or the Brit.
Yeah, and you keep up with it more than I do. So when we talked about it last night, it was just it just happened to come up.
So with that said, most everything I say is this is my opinion on what I think is going to happen is how I preface everything.
Well, I mean, I will say this. I think for the most part, for how deep we are into toys and what we buy, you really should have a separate line of income, line of credit for what you're buying. That you have a credit card that just sits there and that's all you use it.
Yep.
And if you get to that point where it's getting to where it's almost maxed out, that's when you have to start canceling or selling stuff to pay it down. It's the smart way to do it. I know not everyone can just do it, but and it sucks that like PayPal credit changed their thing from $100 to $150 to have the 6 months interest free, because if something's $85 at BBTS, I can justify a $25 figure, but to justify $65 every single time, that becomes a problem. But I have two forms
buying your mod stuff. That would be nice.
What?
I said you should just start buying your mod stuff for that extra $65. That'd be nice.
Okay.
I wish they just had a subscription service. Right? Just be like, hey, I want 2 of everything. Just send it. Like, I don't want to look and order all that other shit. Just send me 2 of everything.
Yeah, I think it.
Fuck it.
But you know how well that would go over, though. I mean, it sounds awesome until you have the money to do it. Right.
I also think it's just a matter of like,
people
if I
would ask for that.
If I was watching Full Force or I was watching your Monday night for some reason, if there was some news that came along, like before, well, no, okay, let me rephrase that, because that's not the case. But my point being is that if I thought, like you said, so I would double check, right? I would double check and just make sure. And so, okay, well, that's kind of weird. That's interesting. That kind of happens before I went and just wholesale canceled an order.
That was kind of a jump on it type of situation.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, if we're going over something last night, we just happen to bring up the picture and the website and look at it. I would be shocked if somebody just wholesale went and said, "Oh crap, I've got to do this." And so I was just surprised to see that. Surprised to see it. And I hate that happens, but
we all got hit. We all got the notification that it should be shipping soon, which means that they can not only can they charge you at any time.
Yes.
There's also times they haven't charged you, and the only way you can cancel it is by calling them.
Yes.
Which means it's about to ship.
Because you don't really know. Like, that charge just kind of happens. There's no for sure date or time.
Tell you, it's normally pretty quickly. Other than Falcon, either Falcon or Captain America, they told us, and then we were sitting for like 3 weeks. But I don't think it's going to be like this. I think we've already seen the snake armors out there overseas, so I think it's about to hit, and I think it was already reported that they hit the shores.
Yeah,
they're about to go.
So they're not like Mezco where they tell you it's shipping and then it's 4 weeks later that you finally get it.
Mezco.
I'm pretty sure Full Force posted that the snake armors were already hitting ports.
Yeah.
I just hate that it happened, and when I saw the post, I was like, "Okay, please explain this to me again."
Okay, I did not watch the full force today or yesterday, or I forget when it was. But Matthew said that Chris hinted that there might be a hooded Cobra Commander coming. I cannot fucking believe I'm saying this.
I'm
all like, what?
I remember. I have to go back, but I remember hearing about it. I swear, I think I remember. I watched it.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Full Force. I don't know anything.
I was watching it.
Darren's like, I don't know shit, man. Don't ask.
Darren's muted for one.
Darren's
so.
No, this Darren. I don't know. I don't know nothing.
Oh wait, which Darren? With a Y or with an I? I don't know. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Darren in the right square.
He did say that though. I was watching it. So yeah, interesting.
He doesn't throw shit out like that unless he knows it's coming and he's been given the okay to mention.
Yep.
So
I'm not even gonna order one.
If it does come,
because you're a racist.
I cannot wait. I thought that's why you would order it.
No,
that's why I wouldn't.
I don't need to get on some list.
Oh no.
Do you own any snow troopers?
Wait, snow as in Colcagna? Oh, anyway, so go ahead.
No,
Orchester is still trying to get off a list. He doesn't need to be added. Devil's dandruff.
I want that wolf driver, the driver of the wolf. I want to see that configure for him for classified bad.
So, I will say this: if we do get hooded Cobra Commander, I can only imagine the people that will bombard the stream. Or videos that I've talked to where, hey, it's not coming. I never said they can't make it, but it was told to me by a former employee last year at JoeFest that said, yes, we were told we cannot make it. Stop asking. Doesn't mean that things don't change in the company.
Right.
That's what people don't understand. When you say that, hey, it's not coming, just stop it. It doesn't mean that it can't come. They own the property.
Yep.
But the people that were in charge at that time, and this person specifically said, we begged. Not only did we beg, Lenny and I spent 2 weeks looking for these photos that they said exist, and we couldn't find anything. And all they said to us was, it's not being made. Stop asking.
Yeah.
I think you're talking nonsense that things can change in the toy world.
I know.
Nonsense.
I'll be honest with you.
Out on the internet, it's true.
I asked about a hooded Cobra Commander 3 years ago when I first started doing some freelance stuff for Hasbro and chatting back and forth with Lenny and everything. And at that time, it was still no, definitely not.
Lenny wouldn't even talk to me about it. He's like, I can't even. So Tristan, we know the difference with the Snow Troopers and Marvel is that they're owned by another property.
Yeah,
they're just producing the figures. So if Disney or Marvel, Lucasfilm, if they say we want this figure, they're gonna have to do it. Or if they say we don't want you to make this figure, where Hasbro owns the property, so that's where they can say, you know what, it's not worth the headache.
Exactly, because that backlash comes back on Hasbro only, not Disney and Marvel and all that too.
And that's what
is the backlash from a few people?
Well, again,
like a small outspoken group. Like I just don't understand.
The legacy cop.
To me, the positives outweigh the negatives when you have a extremely outspoken small group of people on social media. I think it would be a blip on the radar. And the majority of the fans who are actually purchasing this product would be on the other side of it going, yes, this is a part of the legacy. It's part of these figures. It doesn't mean what this group says it is. And those people probably don't even support the line in the first place. They don't even buy the figures in the first place.
He's racist.
Yeah, he is. Trust me. I had a lot of conversations this weekend with him. He's just a terrible person.
But again,
but you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, does that make sense?
So I see what you're saying, but again, I'm looking at how these corporate people are looking at things.
Oh no, that makes sense. Trust me, I agree.
I think it's stupid not to have it because it has nothing to do with a race an anti-race group. No. But that's not how corporate looks at it.
Right.
Corporate looks at it as like, hey, you know what? How much money is that figure really going to make us? Does it justify possibly the backlash that we're going to get? That's why the cop got.
It does.
That's why the police officer got postponed. It's still going to come out at the same time. This is what people don't seem to realize. The pre-order may have been pushed back. It's still going to be hitting ports
in
at
December.
The same time that it was supposed to.
It's supposed to be released in December.
Yeah, so it's still going to be. The only difference is that our pre-order is going to be a little bit later, but it's still going to hit the same time.
Yeah. Look, I understand why the corporate
it's already
world.
If it's not already made, it's in the process of being made.
I just don't think
made by now. We've seen so many leaked images of it finished. It's got to be out there.
Well, he's already through production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the back of the boxes for like Blowtorch and Frag Viper and all of them, they went through production and come off the production lines in March, April.
But okay, so but what I'm saying is Disney can force Hasbro to make something that maybe it has to be really bad, right? They can force it. They're a bigger company than Hasbro. And easily they can go, we're just going to take our line and go elsewhere. McFarlane needs something. Don't ever do that. But again, Hooded Cobra, they could do it anytime they wanted. Yeah. I mean, they could do their own KKK figure if they really wanted to.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, no. What I'm saying is Hasbro could because it's their property is what I'm saying.
Yo, for sure. But just, who even thinks of it that way? Like, I just don't know.
Never
anybody
once in my life
supporting this line would ever think of it in that way because it just doesn't match, right? So that's
nobody
the hard
thought about it until De Bonaventura opened his mouth about
100%. You are correct.
But here's the other thing. Even if it is based off of it, it's a terrorist organization.
Exactly.
They're bad guys. All right.
Yeah. Exactly. I just think it's such a stretch, and I think the people who do support the line, who really enjoy it, they know the lore, they read the comics, have them, they have all the figures from years past and whatever. It's like, who are these people that are so outspoken or offended by it? And yet, Lawrence, like you said, the corporate world, they're so risk averse and afraid, but at the same time, is it really going to affect their sales? I think it would actually positively affect their sales if they produced it rather than the other way around.
Okay, I don't think it affects the sales, but you affect these groups that they're small groups, but they're very boisterous, right?
For 2 days. It's
for
kind of 2 days.
Yeah, and again, like I don't, but it becomes political no matter how you put it. There are people that hate police officers, and then see that one idiot police officer that shoots the reporter, and so now they think they're all bad, right? So it comes off right on the heels. I agree. You should have pushed it through.
I just think for like a couple days of whatever the bad press is from whatever toy news source, like ultimately at the end of the day, it's a long-term gain for the people who really support the product than it is for those 2 days worth of social media, Twitter hashtags. That's just the truth of it.
Let me play devil's advocate, okay?
Okay.
Say this. We all say this, right? But those people making the decision are living in much bigger houses than us, making way more money than us. So clearly they're doing something right in their decision making.
They'll still have their jobs. They'll still live in those houses.
That's not what I'm saying.
Nothing would change for them. Nothing would change for them at all. Nothing.
But they've got there by making these types of decisions.
I guess, but still, nothing would change. Yeah, nothing would change for them. It wouldn't be any different in 2 days than it would be right now if they released it now.
Boys, how good was JoeFest, eh? It was awesome.
I agree, man. I loved it.
Well, you guys had 2 hours plus of going over it. Didn't you?
All right.
There's always more. I mean, it was 3 days.
My favorite part was definitely Aaron and Adam, hands down, and also Scott coming down and hanging out at my bar the night before we left. That was a total surprise and really a true treat to meet War Chest the day before we left, because I was like, hell yeah, you know.
In that dark room right there.
Yeah, baby, the dark.
Travis is in the chat. Travis is in the chat, Lawrence.
What?
Travis.
There's Travis Moody. There he is.
In the chat. Travis fucking Moody.
Yeah.
Travis.
Yep. But no, I had more time to spend with Ed this year too. I think I chatted more with.
Night. It was amazing.
It was amazing. Truly one of my favorites ever. You know, I've marked that post on my bedpost there. It's magic.
Got done.
No,
worked together. It was great.
Yep. No, I had more time to spend with Ed this time, and that was really cool, because last year was kind of standoffish a little bit, like, oh hey Pop, or hey Ed, oh hey Pop, whatever. This year had better more conversations.
Pop was scared to meet anyone because he didn't know if Darren met them first.
That's true.
I know.
I did not want to burst that bubble.
I was standoffish last year, so I hope you don't think I was.
Nah, it was great, man. Sharlock was great. Joe Fan 84, Clint Jorgensen was awesome. Getting to see people that you don't know they're there, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
For me this year, being able to stay in the actual hotel than having to stay in a hotel offsite. So
that's a nice thing for sure.
I'll definitely
there.
stay at the Marriott next year.
Yeah, and you got the hookup now, so you sussed that out, War Chest. Like, you was like,
It took me a minute. I already got my room booked in DFW.
It's definitely better to stay there. That way you just don't have to worry about any of that stuff, right? But it was, man. It was an absolute blast, and having the added people. Shane, same time Toys showed up.
Yep.
That was a surprise. So that was all really awesome for me. Just the people. Look, you guys are way more into toys than I am, especially the multiple toy lines. And so for me, it's about the people. I love the people, and that's really what I look most forward to. You guys could run circles around me when it comes to all of the different toy lines and who makes them and all that stuff. I don't know about that stuff, but the people that I see on the streams and all that stuff, that's what I really enjoy the most.
Yeah, my son got annoyed with me for talking to people too long. He was sitting up in the lobby playing Pokemon Go.
Which probably was fine for him too, really.
How old is your boy?
16. He'll be 17 in September.
Yeah, mine's 17, and he's sitting on the couch over there probably like, Dad, I really wanted to play the VR. Well, I had to jump on the stream for a minute. He's over there somewhere. Anyway, whatever. All right, look, boys, I'm gonna jump off, man. I just wanted to jump on for a minute.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up.
Say hey, yeah, man. I wanted to say hey and stop by for a minute. I'm tired. Had a tooth pulled this morning, so I'm struggling.
Oh, you got your tooth pulled finally?
Yes, yeah, I did. And so yeah, but love you guys, man. It's awesome weekend, really.
Absolutely,
awesome.
Brother. Love you too.
And Darren, maybe next year I'll meet you. Airborne Customs. Didn't get a chance to this year, but love to next year for sure.
Yep.
Y'all have a good night. Yeah, y'all have a good night, man. Love y'all.
Later, Pop. Love you, brother.
I'll let you tomorrow, cuz.
I've actually got to head out of here too, guys.
All right, Darren. Have a good one, brother.
All right.
I just followed you back, bro. We're good.
All right. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all later.
See you. I don't know where the hell Punk went, but he's the only guy with the controls.
Yeah, I got a jet too, man. I got to be on job site at 6 in the morning, and I got to drive to Dallas.
I've been fading fast for a good hour, so I'll wait for Pop to get back, and then I'm out of here too.
Yeah. All right, I took my.
You got a war chest.
So I'm good and ready. See you, war chest.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck he went, but I guess we'll just hang out till he gets back.
He probably went to finally take Roman out. He's been trying to pee for an hour.
He's like, oh, these guys will all be here bullshitting.
Yeah.
Nope, wrong. Oh, Frankenberry. Nice.
Oh, yeah, Frankie.
He's just so fucking creepy. He's like,
Yeah, I got mine over here.
Is that the only cereal one you got, War Chest?
No, I got all those damn.
You got
things.
all of them, yeah.
I think they're hilarious.
I want to get Tony. I've been seeing him at Target.
So my whole network crashed.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. What did Andrew do?
Pop blender
I
rubbing
don't know, but
off on you.
he hasn't flipped out yet. But everything just shut down.
That sucks.
Yeah, like I can't get online, so as you can see, I'm on my phone.
Everybody's wrapping up, so
yeah. Well, I gotta end this.
I know you do.
Thanks for having me on, Punk.
Thank you for joining, man. Like
have fun at DFW, brother.
We'll do.
Yep. Send us some pictures of cool shit from DFW, man.
Yeah. Well, how do I end? I'm gonna end this. I want to talk to you before you leave, really quick.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I don't know how to end this on the fucking stream.
It's in the phone still, and it's just a different spot. You got to find it.
Good night, chat, because he's about to kick you guys out. So
later, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, if I can find out how to
once one finds
end
the button, it's all over with. So
yeah,
see you guys later.
Live. I have no idea how to end.
Matthew, come on and you're on the chat for us.
Dude, I seriously. How do you end this, dude? Oh, end.
There you go.
End the stream. Bye, guys.
Sweet.